Yo, what up, y'all? Bring y'all along to speak real quick. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? What's up, Brian? Just let me know if you wanna come up to speak real quick, or not real quick, but just let me know. What up, Jack?
Nothing much. Decide if I'm going to play something today before the Super Bowl or just not.
Nah, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. You don't need it. It's a rest day.
Well, I didn't play anything yesterday, and I barely played anything day before that. So
Oh, you talk about gaming wise.
yeah, that's my game. I ain't talking about work. I don't work on the weekends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I made sure that'd be something. I was trying to beat this Boston seafood. Well, at least I was trying to end the club at 20. Uh, but I ain't successfully do that just yet.
I will say I'm maybe a third of the way through Strikers, but I'm not like half the time I play it now. I'm not like 100% in it like I was for Royal. I still like the game, but I'm not as engaged with it as when I was playing Persona 5 Royal.
Keep playing it. Keep playing it. I know it's because it's probably because you know what I'm saying, you got used to the game. It's not nothing that special no more. I be doing that with damn near all my games. Like at some point I get bored of it a little bit.
Well, I think it's probably because of the 90 something hours of Royal I played before I started it. So there's like it's like taking that whole long game and then here's the continuation of it. And it's like I already like got to like, oh, I'm almost done. I feel like I'm gonna be done soon. And then I finished it and I was like, oh, I still got like another 20 hours of this game.
Yeah, that's why I be having my multiplayer games on the side. Like every time I play a single player game, I got to go back to like right now, of course, Battlefront 2. I always do the heroes versus villains. Um, I was just about to boot up DCUO, DC Universe Online, but then I just started playing this game called Lost Ark. Uh, uh, Oolong actually recommended it to me, and I forgot he was even coming out, or at least it was coming to Steam or the
Yeah,
US.
I need to get an online game. I honestly kind of want to get back into either Division 2 or Destiny 2, but I ask like none of the people I used to play with all the time play it. So
You on Xbox? I'm guessing with Division 2.
let me see. Division 2, I have it on PlayStation and PC.
Oh well, you anytime you want to get on Division 2, I'm down for it. I still got to play. Oh
I,
yeah, we
um, I bought the expansion. I got the expansion for both on PC and PlayStation, and then I literally never played any of the expansion.
Yeah, me either, and I got it too. Yeah, whenever you're trying to get on, let me know. We can even do it. After this, or even right. It don't matter. It don't matter to me. But yeah, I love the Division 2. I can get on that anytime. That's another game I just get on any day.
I probably ain't played it since whenever that expansion came out. Like it's been like a minute. Like I got to remember how to play or whatever.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. It definitely, it's gonna take a minute. I see you down there, Trog, man. What's up? Glad you joined us. If you want to come up to speak, just let me know. I request you. I bring you up and everything.
Like really, really like Destiny. It's just I don't know people that play it anymore, and it's I've been so removed from it that like there's been at least two times where they've upped the minimum. Like you know how like whenever they do expansions and stuff like that, they're like, all right, cool. Now all your characters are like this level or whatever. I was so behind that I think at least two or three times my people that I had grinded where I had like three characters, they all got bumped in level just based on like the new levels, coming out, and I hadn't kept up with it.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Hey, what's your name? Bam. I see you down there too, man. If you want to come and speak, just let me know. I'll bring you up. But yeah, Destiny 2, one of them games. Okay, so Destiny 2, I could go back to. I don't mind it because I like playing it, but I don't know how far level people are now. I don't know if I think I still be good. Because I mean I leveled up pretty good when I stopped, but I don't know the newest
So
stuff.
the problem I have with Destiny 2 is like when I was hold on one second, Caleb. when I used to play it pretty frequently was up to right before it became free to play. So I used to actually buy the expansions up until then. And then what ended up happening is I did the founders thing for Stadia when they had like, oh, here's all the content on Stadia. I was like, well, I'll play it here so I can get access to the new stuff without buying it. And then it was like, oh, it's on Game Pass. I'm going to play it on Game Pass because whatever. And then I ended up not. And then now that it's like, oh, it's currently right now, there's no like subscription thing that can just include it in it. I'm kind of like, well, maybe I'll just wait and see if PlayStation just adds it to a subscription, and then I'll probably get that, and then I'll play it again. But I just keep waiting because I just don't want to buy whatever the new content is.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna be real. I never bought anything for Destiny. Like I bought Destiny 1, I bought Destiny 2. I never put any more money into it. I never played any of the DLCs.
Well, remember, like I told you, like I'm not big on trophies. Destiny 2 is the only game I've ever gotten a platform.
Oh, I never even thought about getting a plat for Destiny. Huh. Okay. Hey, Oolong, man, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
What's good, man? How you doing, man?
Pretty good on this fine Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some games.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I started Lost Ark, man.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir. Finally, right?
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
The visuals are amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful fucking game.
So you hopped in that server I told you about.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
the Adrian server. I'm in that one, or however you pronounce it. I
Okay.
started that one. I chose a warrior class. I got
Okay.
the paladin.
All right. All right. Cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. So help the buffs and everything, healing and stuff. I'm good with healing. With any MMO. So yeah, I think that would be probably the best with y'all martial arts class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've never even heard of this game y'all talking about.
You say what?
I have no idea what game y'all talking about.
Lost
Yeah. So
Ark.
yeah, you can go ahead explain if you
Yeah,
want to.
it's a free to play MMO you can get off of Steam. It's it's a Korean game. It came out in Korea a couple years back, and then Amazon published it here in the West. So definitely a dope game. It's kind of like a mixture of, I don't know if you ever played Black Desert and Diablo.
I
So
played
it's kind
Black
of like,
Desert and I immediately bounced off it like immediately.
Hey, what's your name? Your everyday lover. I see you down there, man. If you want to come on and speak, just let us know, okay? So,
what I was really talking about as far as Black Desert. You know, but it plays like Diablo. I don't know if
Yeah,
you ever played Diablo before.
I like Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is the only one I played of the Diablos. I really like Final Fantasy 14 online. The only
Okay.
reason I don't really play that is I hate games that require me to pay a subscription just to play them.
Okay.
So like I tried a trial World of Warcraft a couple years ago and I was like, F this game. But plus I'm so used to, I've been playing on controller so long, so even on PC, the whole keyboard and mouse, I don't
Uh,
do this anymore. It's
I
like
got you.
visiting.
I got you. And just to assure you, the Lost Ark is free to play, and you can use the controller. So um, I had a problem. I have a problem with keyboard and mouse as well. So I hooked up my controller, and it perfectly maps the game to the controller. So you ain't got to worry about that on Lost Ark,
Yeah.
and
I think
you ain't got to worry about subscriptions either.
the only big issue I have is, and I don't even know honestly if it even works. Like I think so. Like even Final Fantasy, right?
Hmm.
Final Fantasy 14. I played from the like I started playing maybe 2 years or 3 years ago, but I don't play it very often. I play it like maybe 1 or 2 months out the year straight,
Right.
and
Hmm.
then I put it down. But like even doing that, I'm only just in the beginning of Stormbreaker or whatever. But I own up until the expansion after that, but not the current expansion. But like I
See.
bought a 6 month or not 6 month, 2 month, a little 60-day access, like
Right.
almost a year ago that I still haven't redeemed on my account to actually play.
Yeah. I played 14 as well. I've been on it since PS3. and I have the expansion up to I think Stormblood. I decided not to get the other ones because I still haven't finished Heaven's Ward, so I'm working on that, trying to get that done. But yeah, I see what you mean, man.
So yeah, the way I normally do it is I'll get like a month or two of it where I'm like for example, like I did recently. I played through Persona 5 Royal like within a couple weeks, but that was like putting in like 90 something hours. Where that was like literally the only game I played when I played games. So that's how I am with like the MMORPG type stuff. Like for Final Fantasy, I'm like if I'm gonna get in that mindset of I'm about to play this game, that's about to be the only thing I'm playing. Now, if Final Fantasy 14 did not require me to pay. It was more. It feels like more Elder Scrolls Online or something where there's perks of the paid whatever versus requiring that monthly. I probably would play it a lot more as a side game, but because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like it's almost when you pay a subscription, you feel like if you're not maximizing your subscription, you feel like you just wasted your money.
Right. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so that's why I don't do that, and that's why like when I do GameFly, because I use GameFly and Game Pass, and I try and play at least one or two games on Game Pass a month, and at least finish or play through at least one or two story games. Like so, oh Fred, I'm not like super interested for the new Horizon game, but I'm definitely trying to get it by next week or whatever, like within a week of it coming out through GameFly to play through it, but not like me giving them $60-$70.
I feel that. I feel that. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's a single player game, so that would be, the best option for GameFly.
Yeah, I saw they're gonna have physical copies that you can rent for Sifu, but
Mhm.
that won't be out till May, and I don't know if I'm gonna wait till May.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I did see like that as an option that they do have disc versions they're gonna come out with, and GameFly will have those disc versions come May.
All right. Okay, real quick. I see D and I see your everyday lover. What's up to y'all, man? I actually want y'all to let us know what y'all plan on a topic since we got this massive announcements. Um, recently we was told that PlayStation they told the investors that they are looking to make, or their plan is to make 10 live service games by 2024, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it's
But
about
yeah,
I think
2026.
2025 or 20. Yeah,
okay, it is something. But yeah, in the next couple of years, they plan on releasing 10 live service games. And then we also have the whole big acquisition of Activision Blizzard from Microsoft. That went on like 2 weeks ago or whatnot. Look like both even Nintendo actually they just had their direct too. It looks like all the major publications, all the big major players in this gaming industry are going with live service, even though it's actually already been a prominent and to be arguably the most successful models recently in gaming. So, topic right? Games as a service, games that you enjoy and why. What are games as a service games you got? Like, what's the examples of some of them that you guys like? Start off with
Uh,
we can start off with D real quick. Then we're gonna go to Everyday Lover.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm out and about right now. I'm just chilling. I'm just listening right now.
Okay, I thought you was gonna bring up King of Fighters. Cool, cool. I bet.
Hey, don't get me started, bro. I'm not gonna be on your head today about Kingdom Fighters. I'm not even gonna do it to you today.
And it looked good too, don't it? Boy, I can't wait for that game to come out. I might even get it. Man,
did they ever come out with a Melty Blood on console?
I'm not sure what that is.
It's another fighting game.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Real quick, I keep clicking on your name. I keep getting your name. Your everyday lover, man. What's up, man? How you feeling? Welcome to the Gameplay Club.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you could call me audio. It's the audio lover. It's just I keep changing titles every once in a while. But how everyone doing?
Pretty good on this fine Super Bowl morning. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, I be playing Destiny as well, but I also think a game like a lot of people like kind of miss or just hate on a lot just because it's been out for so long is GTA Online. I think like that's one of my favorites. That's
Are
my opinion.
you sure?
What do you mean?
Are you sure people don't remember that or recognize it
No, no,
or
no. I'm just saying, like a lot of people
Feel
hate
like
it
they're making money.
more than anything. A lot of people hate it more than anything right now.
I've never
You
given
know.
it a chance. I'm not a GTA person. I lost my lust, not lust, my sparkle or whatever you want to call it. People were like they just drawn to shit for that, like back in Liberty City maybe and all that back Vice City and all that. I could give a about GTA as a whole.
yeah. I don't think I really don't think it's hated. Um, I mean, it's just an old game. I think people just tired of talking about it. Like when I
They
played
just want
GTA,
a new one.
yeah, like when I played GTA, like I enjoyed my time. I really do think that I enjoyed GTA 4 online better than 5. Like I enjoyed the crap out of that. Um, but I enjoyed my time with GTA as well. Story mode too. And me personally, I'm really it's two things why I don't play. It's mostly the load times. I'm tired of the load times. Like when they had the heist and everything, I really liked the heist. But if one thing messed up, the whole heist would be you have to do the whole heist over, and it just took too long. Like it sometimes took me 20 minutes just to get back in the same spot of the heist I was doing. So that's the biggest thing for me is the load time. And if they bring out the next gen patch, when they bring out the PS5 and Xbox Series version, if they change those loading times, you might see me on there a little bit more. But the controls a little bit outdated, but I'm cool with that. Those are my biggest two reasons though why I don't really get on GTA recently, or I haven't recently.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you enjoying that? I'm guessing you be flying
Yeah, I
around
mean,
with
I'm
spaceships and shit.
definitely liking like the Dr. Dre contract missions and I mean the new music that came out with that. So that shit kind of dope. I've been doing all the heists. I mean, I've been playing on like the PS5 or whatever, so the load times is not as bad as it used to be like on the PS4. Like the PS4 was like it took you 2 minutes just to get on the thing, and then now it takes about maybe just a little more than 1 minute to get into like a server or whatever. So it's not as bad anymore.
Okay, that's a little bit more promising, especially with the next gen versions coming out or the current gen versions coming out. So yeah, that's promising to me. I like
Yeah,
hearing.
because even with just the hardware, even if they make no changes, there are some games that loading time, you'll notice a difference. One big thing I used to have is I remember for like, it was over a year, I think. I used to play a lot of Overwatch, and I put an SSD in my PS4. And I noticed, like, if you're playing competitive, how like people go into the competitive match and you have like a certain amount of time to pick your characters. If you had an SSD for a good minute, they eventually patched it to fix it. But you would load in to the character select screen like a second or two before anybody else, so you could always like instantly get whoever the hell you wanted to play and not worry about trying to fight anybody else to get it.
Okay, okay, and that's even more promising. I like hearing that. Just want to say what's up to Tito. Not Toto, it's Tito. All right. So what up, Tito and Varon? Just I see y'all down there. If y'all want to come up to speak as an open floor, just let us know. All right. But yeah, one more question to you, lover. Why do you enjoy GTA? Like, why do you enjoy that game? And specifically as a you don't even got to touch on as a games as a service. But why do you like GTA?
I mean, I could touch on it as game as a service as well, man. I mean, GTA itself is just cool. It's one of the only games that's like, in my opinion, you're not necessarily forced to have to do anything where it's like this is your specific path kind of a deal. This is how your specific character set, whatever the case may be. Like you could, like it's all about you at the end of the day. It's like you gonna make as much money as you want. If you want to buy a crib, you buy a crib. If you want to buy a yacht, you buy a yacht. Like it's more of a flex game than anything. Like you just buying shit and then you buy a whip and you mod your whip and you go to the car, meetups and shit like that. So it's more of that shit. especially with like the free updates. Like all their significant updates have been free updates. I mean, I know a lot of people use the shark cards or whatever, but like I've never spent $1 on this. Like you could get whatever you want in this game and not have to spend $1 on it, as long as you like, know what to do. It used to be a grind. I'm not gonna lie, but like after that last heist, like everything's been like once you're able to set up your last heist, that Cayo Perico, like that game is cake now.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're enjoying it. The free updates, playing with friends, the mayhem you can cause in this game. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like hearing that. Me too. Um,
Is that cross platform or no?
That's the only downside. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was cross-platform with the Xbox. It's not cross-platform at all, but like it's really the PC side that kind of like messes everything up. Like PC is where you have like the majority of the hacking community, just because you could do whatever on PC.
Well, no, I'm
Um,
because I only own it on because I think Epic Games gave it away at some point, so I only own it on PC.
yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's like like I played it on PC, but like I would rather play by myself. If I'm playing online or play with like people I know, if I'm playing online on PC, other than that, I'd rather play on console. Because you do have hackers and stuff on console, but they're like far and few in between. They're not as abundant as it is on PC, in my opinion.
okay. Okay.
That's more on the developer. I mean, I understand everyone has issues with PC stuff, and that's fine. But in all honesty, a lot of that stuff is on the developer because they're choosing to do stuff client side versus server side. So that's kind of on them.
Well, yeah, but it's also like, I mean, the way I see it, if they like really were to fix that, I think it would be more of a detriment because the PC side is more into RP. And like the reason why you have so many hackers is because of the ability to RP, open your own servers, do that kind of stuff. So if they really limited that, I think they would just hurt that game on the with the PC community in general.
Well, no, I got it. I was just saying more for like I was saying for the more of the general community, not that game specifically, but like your multiplayer Call of Duty or your whatever thing where like everyone's always like basically every
Oh, for
time
sure.
anybody opens up the conversation of multi-platform multiplayer, everyone's like, yeah, but fuck PC because they're gonna fuck all our games up because they're gonna all be cheaters.
Yeah, I feel that. Hey, real quick, I want to go, cause I know Ulan want to, chime in on a topic, and then we can go to Varon and back to Jack after that. So yeah, Ulan, what kind of games that you enjoy as a games as a service?
So currently right now, there's not. Well, let me see. I've played many games that are games of the service, but there hasn't been really anything to actually keep me on those games. Like I played Apex, I played Call of Duty, but I don't really have one that I'm currently, you know, playing right now. I kind of jump from different ones, but the ones I do enjoy though are the battle royale ones that switch up the format from like shooters to like martial arts fighting. So one of I guess you could say the one I am going to go back to is Rocker Blade Point, which I said I was going to give you later today. So we're going to definitely have to get on that. But that's probably the only one that I really care about as far as games and services.
Oh yeah, and just let y'all know, I want to give a shout out to Ulan. He said he was gonna gift me Naraka Blade Point. I really do appreciate that, and I also want to give a shout out to Jack too. If y'all, I didn't really tell a lot of people, but Jack actually bought me Sifu. He's the reason why I'm playing that right now. So much love to y'all. I ain't gonna lie, cause I really appreciate that. Thank y'all. But yeah, I am very excited to go to Naraka Blade Point. Hey, Ulan, what you feel like you got the most hours into, right? As far as all the last service games you play, right? Which ones you lost the most hours into, or if it's like a tie, you can get like two or three of them.
If I had to choose which one, I probably think it would be Hunter's Arena. I remember I was on that heavy when it came out
Oh
with my
man,
friends.
But you know, and then I guess after that, like let's see, I would probably say maybe Apex or Call of Duty Warzone. That's probably about it.
Okay. All right, bet. And last question. Especially since a lot of the games you play are live service games, why do you gravitate towards them? Like, why do you put so many hours into them?
Just mostly because I play them with my friends. Because usually I'm mostly playing single player games, but I mostly play with friends, and that's what most of my friends are playing. So that's why I play a lot of those type of games.
That's exactly how I am too. The reason you hear me, Fred, always on these single player is because all the people I would play the Destinies, the Divisions, Diablos, Final Fantasy, all the online games, they don't play no more. So those used to be sessions every day after work. We on PSN network, cutting up on party chat, playing games, just bullshitting for hours a day.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to me too. And I totally, Jack, when you say that, bro, I totally feel you on that because it's a lot of like I have a lot of people I know in like in gen, like friends and like I've met in real life. Not saying nobody else. I was just saying like we don't GTA 4. We was on that heavy. Don't none of us play GTA 5 together at all whatsoever. Like I have never played the GTA 5 with them people again or in general. So yeah, I feel that totally.
I got to correct myself real quick.
What's up?
So actually, the live service games that I played, I put more hours in. I actually have to go back to Final Fantasy 14 and DC Universe Online because I've been playing them shit since PS3.
Yes,
So
sir.
I put more hours into
Yo,
them.
DC
So
Universe Online? That
yeah,
shit.
bro.
That was the shit.
When DC
And
Universe came out on PS3, I was playing that, and Final Fantasy 14, I was playing that, and then when they made like the PS4 versions, I was still on them games, and in Final Fantasy, I'm still playing it, and I'm on PS5. So I would say Final Fantasy 14 is the one I have the most hours in.
okay, I feel that. I feel that. You know what's crazy too? Since we talking about these two games, um, I remember going to the store and having to decide which game I wanted to get: DC Universe Online or GTA 4, because
So,
those games actually came out around the same time.
so I have
And
a question. Fred, just 1 second. Who was the person saying they played Final Fantasy 14?
It was me.
You had to be a rattler, didn't you?
Huh?
I said you had to be a rattler, didn't you?
Yes,
You can
sir.
guess what school I went to,
Oh, FSU?
but don't cut me.
Oh, Bethune. Oh, shit. All right. Well, how was that last, what was it, the classics?
Yeah, I was in marching band in college. I played tuba.
Oh, yeah? All right. That's what's up.
But no, I was gonna say, hit me up. I'm down to play some Final Fantasy. I ain't played it in a while, but I just need to find some people to play it.
All right, cool. I'll hit you up. I'll DM you. What server you playing?
I don't know, but I can switch servers. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Goblin server, so I'll hit you up.
yeah, that's what's up, man. Anytime y'all want to get on DCUO, let me know. I've been playing this since damn near day one. But yeah, that's all I want. I chose DCUO with GTA 4, and I still got GTA 4 later. But even with the retail price of what $60, and you still got to pay an online subscription, I have to beg my mom to do. But yeah, great times. Uh,
DCU ain't free to play yet?
it's free to play now.
Yeah, it's free to play.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, when it first came out though, it wasn't. You had to pay full price $60, and it was a subscription service.
Yeah, and I believe it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think at the time you can buy that subscription off the PlayStation Network, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do it in game.
okay.
So DCUO actually has been free for a long time. Ever since the PS3 days.
But
Um, I think we know that, but for everybody
Yeah,
else,
after
like
the first year.
after that first year, it went free to play, and they did a 3-tier system, right? So the first tier was the free to play. You got 2 characters. You can do the whole max out the character, the whole story, and the end game. For the most part, you had access to most of the maps in the end game. And then and this is what I love, and this is what I hope other games start to do, because I really only recall DC Universe Online doing this. As long as you put like $5 or $10 into the game, you get access to the second tier, the premium tier, whatnot. And you can unlock 6 characters. Man, it was like a couple more maps you can unlock in the end game. Then they had an ultimate one that was like full on regular price subscription, $15 or whatnot. That unlocked everything, right? Um, so yeah, that was pretty cool. I hope other games do that. But yeah, anytime y'all want to get on DCUO, I'm down for any time of the day if I'm free.
I'm
Anytime.
actually excited for Marvel's dip into that eventually, because isn't one of the guys from that game supposedly reportedly going to be working on the Marvel
The team,
thing?
the whole team, the whole development
Yeah.
team that made DCUO and who's still making the game, who's still doing that, they're making the Marvel one, and I'm so excited for that.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I I love DCUO when it was out. I think my only problem with the game was at some point I could not find a group to do any of the damn raids, bro.
I feel
So
that.
it became a problem trying to find people to do raids. I think at that time a lot of people didn't want to, group with people and who had low,
Right.
you know,
Low CR.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I couldn't. I only did one of the Batman raids, and it was difficult for me to even be able to do any of the other ones because I couldn't even find a party to do it with. So that's
Yeah.
why
yeah,
I probably dropped the game. But I definitely download it on the my PS5. Hopefully my characters are still there because I had some
Oh
characters
yeah,
now.
they stay on. They stay on. Yeah, I'm down to do shit. All those raids, man. I haven't done it. I mean, I was able to do like the Batman stuff. I stopped at like the Superman stuff where you get to what you call that? Fortress of Solitude. But that shit was dope as fuck, man. If we could get
Yeah,
8, if we could get 8, I'm with it.
yeah.
yeah.
Start
I'm
doing all
definitely
those
with it.
alerts, everything. I'm with that
Uh-huh.
shit.
Yes, I'm definitely down. When I get home, I'm download that shit. But I
Bet.
think what they should do, like, I hear that they're making the Marvel one. I was really hoping that they were going to like say, okay, we're gonna move on and do a DCUO Part 2 or something. Because the graphics want to upgrade the graphics of the game and you know make it a little bit better looking, polished or something. I was hoping they were gonna do that, but now
Yeah,
that
they
I found
definitely
out that the
should do
same
that.
team is working on the Marvel one, all right, I'm good.
Exactly.
Another thing that I always thought they were going to do with Microsoft buying Blizzard Activision, I was thinking that they're going to eventually do some sort of revision thing like that for World of Warcraft, and then eventually make a version that plays on Xbox with the Xbox controls.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Veron, and I'm gonna hit you guys later about the DCUO, but Veron, we wanted to get to you, and everything about what games as a service that do you enjoy?
By the way, I just share game for another purpose, but the game most I do like is WWE is related like 2K17. I started with 2K17 and 2K20. I think you know about 2K games, WWE
Yes,
games.
yes, sir.
Yeah, but I personally don't have a PlayStation. Sometimes when I was in my school, now it's very rare. At that time, I used to visit at the club of PlayStation. Like I have to pay some money for like playing half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hour as I want. And sometimes like football,
Okay.
soccer. Yeah. By the way, the main purpose I came here from like lazy tech. By the way, other than gaming, can we also ask you some another stuff if you guys don't mind?
Well, what's up? What's up? And you said for Lazy Tech as well.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, sir, what would you recommend right now? like after coming to very deep, like I had explored some many new things. Like it is not very much easy. Just have like quick question. You will recommend Bub Suite or Wasp Zap?
I'm I'm sorry. I'm not making out the question. I'm sorry. The like for what app you said OAuth or what?
Wasp Zap or Burp Suite?
Oh, I mostly use Burp. But then also my company pays for Burp Pro, so I have access to that as well.
Okay, Burp Pro you are using. Like I will not use Burp Pro. I'm like free stuff. Then what would you recommend?
Burp regular is fine. If you want, you can DM me and we can talk off this. I don't want to take over the conversation from this, but if you just DM me, that's cool, and we can talk
Okay.
about the security
Okay,
stuff.
nowadays you are not coming in a clubhouse. Like I am, you don't remember, but I remember you. Like I had also, I know very much things about. Like you had also visited DEF CON. Why you on?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
on Clubhouse. On Clubhouse, I do a lot of security stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'm waiting for you in clubhouse. Okay, like not today. Like maybe in some
Yeah.
coming
Oh
times.
yeah. The Clubhouse works better. DM me in there, and then yeah, we can. Because yeah, I'm not on there as much as I used to, but yeah, that's fine.
And
All
just to
right.
let you know too, Veron, we do host gaming chats in Clubhouse as well on Mondays and Wednesdays. So you free to drop by. You know, anytime you see Jack go in there, he's always with us.
All right. Thank you. I will definitely come there.
Yeah, yes
Thank you
sir,
for
yes sir.
inviting me.
No problem. Thank you for you know what I'm saying. Real quick because you did mention 2K. Um, I'm guessing that do you buy 2K yearly or did you skip out on 2020? Did you not say 2020?
Uh, uh, I didn't buy any one of them. Like I go to like at shop, a kind of like club, and I give some money hourly. Like in India, like we have to pay 20 rupees for an half hour and 40 rupees for 1 hour to play the game. Okay,
What?
because I don't have like personal PlayStation. It's like I go to the like a house. I mean, sorry, a PlayStation like it's a shop. You can say shop or you can say club.
Uh-huh.
Like they have like many PlayStations and TVs, and like you will have to put money, and they will give you a remote controller, and you will like if you want to play with friends or alone, it's your choice.
Right. Oh, you know what? Like a gaming lounge. I actually I don't even know why I was surprised at that. I used to go to a gaming lounge in high school, and that was the first time I actually played Battlefield Bad Company 2. No. That was the first time I played Battlefield 3. I believe it was some no, it was Bad Company 2, yeah. So I played that in a gaming arcade. I mean a gaming lounge. It was right by my school. And I think they charged around the same amount then too. So I don't even know why I was surprised, but
Also,
um
Fred, in some other countries, those are a little more popular than they are maybe are in the U.S.
yeah. I'm guessing is it really popular in India?
Uh, Maybe like in India, like people have like very less PlayStation PS compared to like US. Like it is quite expensive here. But as you mentioned, like you used to do this when you were in high school. So I'm also like I'm also engineering student, and right now I'm in my second year. So I'm still like almost like after a few days I will be 20. So like but as compared to like Western countries, like we have very less PlayStations. Like in America, as I assume, like one in every 10 person has like PS. Am I right?
One in every 10%. What was the stat again?
No, one in every 10 people.
Have consoles? That's what you're asking?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually unaware of that. Yeah, I'm
I'm not
unaware.
sure without looking it up, but that seems plausible to me.
Yeah, yeah. It seems right. Yeah.
Yeah, but in India, like this ratio could be like one in 10,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are is I'm just curious. Is it a maybe is it availability? Like, are they getting sold out, or is it like the price? Is it too much for like the average
Well,
household?
one more thing, like it, I will not say price. Price is also one more. issue, but more thing like its popularity, or you can say culture. For example, right now in today's world, many people are eligible to like hold cryptocurrencies, but in India, like people are not. Like it is also like kind of culture, you know. Right now,
Okay.
in every person in India, like it's eligible to hold computers and laptop. In US, every house has computer or laptop, but here like people want to like afford expensive mobile phones, but they
Right.
want like laptops or computers. Like every house didn't have computer, okay, but every house has a smartphone, and even expensive smartphone. You know, it is more about culture. Like, you know, here people didn't like are caring about purchasing console. Many kids are happy with like, you know, online gaming like Free Fire or PUBG and such kind of stuff. That's the main reason.
Right. Okay. So it's more of a cultural thing. It's
Yeah.
just not popular. Okay.
And one more thing,
What's up?
if you, yeah, one more thing, and here some mind makeup of our parents. You know, we don't have like very much freedom to our parents. Like it is like kind of a like bad thing like for playing games from by the parents. Okay, so it is also like depend on parents. Like, you know, in India, like kids doesn't have very much freedom. Okay, in some cases it is also good, and in some cases it is also very much bad. Like
Okay.
it like close the doors for many things. That is the reason like US is leader of like some of the world biggest companies like Google, Microsoft, and other many other technological advancement, while in India, like in like kids are still like safe, like they didn't like lost their virginity in an early age. So there are some like pros and some cons. So this is you can, I will say.
Okay. Okay. No, that makes sense. I know. I don't know what kind of products, but I know I see a lot of products that I use. They're like made in like India, Korea, I think China. I think those like the three things I see the most on a lot of the products I make. So, it's it's just fascinating to hear. You know what I'm saying? To hear from someone from India speak on your cultures and everything. I really do appreciate your time. You know what I'm saying? Talking to us. And I see upper room, man. What's up, upper room? If you want to come up speak, just let us know, okay? We is open floor and everything. Um, did I think everybody? Oh, Jack, we didn't. I don't think you actually went, right? Like, what was some games? What's some games as a service that you enjoy?
And yeah, and that's fine. The only reason I didn't because I think I started kind of saying those in the beginning before you were asking them. Like so, I was super into Division Two, up until probably the expansion. I was into Destiny 2, not so much 1. I dabbled Final Fantasy 14 online. Those are the main ones I can think of. I don't want to, well, the largest multiplayer game I ever played was Overwatch for like total number of hours, but I don't really consider that a service, even though it has updates, new characters, things like that. It's not really the same classification, I don't believe.
Okay, okay, yeah, and I got a story of Final Fantasy too. I tried it for like 2 days.
Here's the
This
thing with Final Fantasy 14 online, I played through. I'm not gonna lie. For most people that they getting into it, I honestly would probably tell them just to pay to skip the first, maybe up to get into Heaven, or is it Heaven's Gate or Heaven's whatever the hell the thing's called. Because that first part of that game, that first whatever, it's a bit of a slog. And then they added a whole bunch of extra BS side stuff after the first game content before the expansion. So it's just like there's a whole bunch of stuff that like if it were me, I'd probably bounce off if my friends were kind of telling me just rough through it.
right. Okay. And okay. So I want to my I want to my story real quick because I don't think I ever told y'all this is the reason why I usually I don't really like accepting gifts from the online community. Um, so around the time Paragon, right? This game I always talk about, and actually one of the best live service game. Well, actually, no, let me not say that. But it's one of the most enjoyable live service games I have ever played. It came on
Facts.
PS4. Yes, yes, it came on PS4 and PC. Day and date. And it is no longer around. Right, Epic Games developed it, But it launched before Fortnite came out, and then Fortnite came out, massive appeal, free to play, wiped Paragon out. But anyway, I had a group of people. I actually had a couple groups of people, but we had like this clan or whatnot that we used to play Paragon with. I met them on Paragon. They was good players. We vibed out cool. After a while, since we was playing Paragon literally like day in day out, they were suggesting that I play Final Fantasy. Was it 14 online? Is that the game? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. That's the online one.
Okay, yeah. So they recommended me play that, and I didn't know that you had to pay a subscription for it. So this girl ended up paying a subscription for me. I ended up playing it, but I didn't really get past like this tutorial part. I mean, I guess I did because we played, but it took me a while. I had to get to like a certain level so we can all enjoy the game and whatnot. One of the dudes was like, he was enjoying the crap out of it, was doing it and everything like that. So she ended up buying me the subscription. I ended up not really. She was like, do it. I'll do this for you as long as you're gonna play it. And I ended up not really playing it as much because I was getting bored of it. I didn't really want to like play it as much, or at least not to the speed that they wanted me to. And then after that, like she blocked me and he blocked me, and we never talked again after that. And it was just like it kind of sucks because these are my Paragon friends, or at least I thought. I don't really call people friends online like that, but these were my Paragon group of people, and I really liked playing that game with them. And the fact that I accepted the gift and didn't like it, I lost out on friends. So that's really it kind of like it damn near like I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna even use the word traumatized. I was gonna use that, but that's not it. But it just made me like I don't want to accept anything from anybody no more because of I don't want to lose out on our experience playing the game because I don't like another game that you bought me. You know,
And it's not on you. There's some people in the community, not all, but there's some people that like for like World of Warcraft or like Final Fantasy 14 online that are like diehard. That's their in and out. That's their everything. And if you do it and you don't like it, they're like, well, maybe we're just not a good fit as friends.
yeah, and we were so. I mean, granted, we bumped heads a lot in Paragon, but um, we were cool. It wasn't always about Paragon. We used to always make jokes. Like they were really good groups of people, and we met other people from that. But at the end of the day, the game's not even no longer here anymore. So I think that really like it let me get over it. If it was still here today, like I probably would have never recouped from that. But I do want to say what's up to Silly Giggles. We say you down here too. It's an open platform, open floor. If you want to speak, just let us know, okay? But I want to go over to another question as well.
Silly giggles don't want nothing, bro. She just here. She just
Yeah,
here.
she trying to mess with you, huh? Like, what this boy talking about in this room? None.
Yeah, she over here texting me talking about some. What does role playing mean? What is? Uh,
Oh, not D calling her out. No.
oh no, I'm calling her out because she texted my phone.
I mean, this is a learning room. You can ask whatever the hell you want.
For
I'm just
real.
saying, but she trying to learn 'cause she don't play games. So it's like, but that's why it threw me off when she joined. But hey, uh, a good space, everybody can join. I'm not really tripping over that.
Yeah, hey, Puka, we see you down there too, man. If you want to come out and speak, just let us know. It's an open floor. But I do. Oolong, was you trying to say something? All right, real quick. So, no, 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 Oolong, he's out. All right. So my next question, real quick, because we already talked about the games that we enjoy and everything, and why we did it. Um, 1 second before I actually get to that question. Hey, Puka, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
Hey man,
Sorry, I don't know what happened, but go ahead.
long,
You good, bro?
longer answer than you're expecting. I've been a Cincinnati Bengals fan for my entire life. I'm 40, so I'm feeling motherfucking good today, baby. It's a beautiful fucking day now.
That's what I like to hear, though. Shoot, what's good, man? So yeah, we were just talking about what number one? Are you excited for the Super Bowl?
Of course, man. I got some ribs on the in the smoker. Upper room down there is my biological brother, so hopefully he's bringing his kids over to enjoy some grill food. Man, I'm just super pumped, man.
Oh, that's what's up. I thought I heard that he had a sibling. I didn't know y'all two was okay. That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, hope y'all enjoy y'all day though. Um we was talking about the games as a service that we all enjoy. Do any of them come out to you? Like what games as a service you enjoy, and it can be from any era, honestly.
Man, I honestly don't remember games as you know what? I used to play KOTOR back in the day on a computer. I think that was games as a service, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was pretty fun. So I'm super pumped about that coming out for whatchamacallit. I believe Destiny counts as a games as a service, so that's all right. It's all right. Other than that, man, it's like I don't really. Oh, is Grounded a games as a service? Does that count?
I'm not sure. Do anybody know about that?
Which game?
What game?
On Game Pass.
I would think so.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm not sure.
Man, I love that game. So that's pretty much it. But I don't really do the games. I don't. I don't know, man. It's like the games as a service is tricky, man. It's like I don't know. It's tricky.
I feel it. Okay. I used to actually, what was it? Oh, I didn't play Kotar. I never played it. That's why I'm very excited for the remake. I'm going to be on that day one. I don't even care how it looks. I just want to get my hands on it. And real quick, we see you down there, guys that just joined in. Just know we there's an open floor. If you want to request to speak, just let us know, okay? But Puka, why do you enjoy? Well, at least you don't really play a lot of games as a service. Do you? Is there a reason for it? Like, are you more of a single player game or like a closed ecosystem type of gamer? Like updates. Why you think that?
I run off a list of recent games as a service because games as a service is a little tricky nowadays. So maybe I enjoy them, but maybe I don't really know their games as a service. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Okay. I can start off with like the most popular ones: Fortnite, Call of Duty, Destiny, right? The Division. We were just talking about DCUO, DC Universe Online. We just started this game called Lost Ark. That's on the PC. A lot of PC games, I guess, games as a service. I guess the more outliers. Let's see. Hitman. That counts as a games as a service. All three of them. Let's see. What's some other outliers? Anthem, but that's not really an outlier. Um, Yu-Gi-Oh, the new Yu-Gi-Oh game that just came out. I guess that's about.
Basically, any MMORPG.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go on my PlayStation really quick to see. Run off another list because it is some outliers out here that we just don't know about. We can't think of.
Well, I was really looking for that. I was hoping you list all games, so that would help me with the definition of games of service. I just googled it real quick. It's tough for a games as a service game to, I guess, keep my attention. Then these revenue model games where you, I don't know, like Halo, right? Halo is on some 10-year shit. Well, I don't think a game will age very well for 10 whole years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably can't keep my attention on the game that damn long, you know?
Right.
So
Okay.
that's probably why I can't do it.
I was gonna list off some other ones. Ghost of Tsushima, technically speaking, now is a games as a service after they hit the multiplayer. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, of course Titanfall 2, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, Jump Force, Naruto
Warframe.
Ultimate Ninja Storm, Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe is fun as shit now.
I know I love what, and I need to get back on that honestly because I keep putting it down, but I love Warframe. I was so excited for Warframe to come to consoles because I've been wanting to play it ever since it launched on PC.
I don't know why, as a Destiny player, I just never gravitated to Warframe. I tried it, I just was not feeling it.
dude, Warframe, it's so fucking complicated, man. Like if you just jump into Warframe by yourself without people telling you what you should be doing, man, that shit's complicated as hell, man. It seems complicated at least. I used to play it. I put it down for like 2 years, tried to pick it back up. I was like, man, what the hell's going on? I can't figure this shit out. So I just put it down.
Yeah, I feel that.
I was just thinking that, you know, games as a service could be like really important. You know what I don't like sometimes is somebody comes up with a great game and it has to end, and somebody has to come up with a whole. I know it sounds bad, but a whole new concept for a sequel. You know, like let's say a great. I don't know if you ever played Mario Maker or something like that, right? If they come up with a great concept and a great story, instead of making a Mario Maker 3, they can make new stories, new levels, whatever the case may be for the generation, and then maybe come up with a new one the next generation instead of trying to force, you know what I mean? Like a whole new design that's not necessary. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it seems like every game now is pretty much games as a service. Game come out, DLC. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? Game comes out, you drop DLC for it, you know, and then they find a way to make you pay for something else to keep playing the game. I think I'm confused on how a game isn't going to be games as a service with
I
the
think the
digital
only
landscape
ones
we're
that are
in.
not really games of service are your traditional story-based games. Like here's your packaging. This is all it is. So like even like from what you're saying, right? So like Witcher 3 had all these expansions and stuff like that, but I consider it games as service. That was literally just this game that had expansions. I think games of service is more like, think of all the games that like seasonally come out with like, here's the Halloween skins and the Halloween things or the winter whatever and all. Like most games that normally end up doing that, all of those would be considered games of service because they're doing stuff seasonally. Like Destiny should do stuff for like Valentine's Day, and Overwatch will like change their levels to make them spooky or something for Halloween and stuff like that. So that's why, if worst case scenario, if I'm mistaken and I'm not sure if it's a game, I'll look at like, do they do actual events and stuff like that regularly outside of like a pure expansion to have you pay more?
Nah, so to piggyback off of that, right? Because I didn't want to just provide like the definition or anything like that because I want us to get to the conversation, get to the point, get to this point of the conversation. So, by definition, right, in the video game industry, games as a service represents providing, and I want to highlight that word providing. Okay, so games as a service represents providing video games or game content on a continuing revenue model similar to software as a service, right? Games as a service are always to monetize video games either after the initial sale or to support a free to play model. So the reason why I want to highlight the word providing and even continuing, because a games as a service does not just mean um, like right. It doesn't. For example, Spider-Man, PS4. That's was a games as a service. A game can be a games as a service and not be it right now because it's not content being dropped at the moment. Like they're done supporting the game for the most part. Um, Batman Arkham Knight, I actually is a perfect example of this, being a single player game with pretty much no co-op or anything like that. That I just looked at, because they were providing content continually for the game for a while, but now they're not, and they're moving on to the next project. Batman Arkham Knight and Spider-Man, technically speaking, were games as a service when they were providing support for it, but are not anymore. So games as a service doesn't necessarily mean, at least from my opinion, and at least from what the definition it looks like it is getting at, it doesn't necessarily mean that a game can only be a games as a service like when it launched or for it can change, right? The game can change. So
No, I agree with that. The only pushback I have is most games when they come out have some form of support and updates. So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of shaky to say basically like for example, you said Spider-Man was, right? I personally wouldn't have considered that a games as a service. That was more of a like, hey, the model of here's a story-based game. We have planned content. We plan to roll out over X period of time. This is a part of the life cycle of the game itself. This is not like, oh, we're going to build this out, and as we build this community, we're going to add more stuff, and you're going to pay. Like, that's more of like, here's a thing plus an expansion and some other content. They from RIP was like, we're going to have this.
So from the definition, right? It's saying that a continuing revenue model. So it's crazy to say, but if they're not asking for money, even if they're continuing to update the game, I don't think that's by definition a games as a service. I think those are just updates, like seafood, right? Let's say it was a bunch of bugs in the game, which is actually bugs in the game, but they updated the game, took the bugs out without charging us for it. You can't consider that as a games as a service, at least by definition. What it's saying here.
Yeah, that's a shaky definition, man. But the more you guys talk about it, it seems to me like a free to play game is a game as a service game, right? With like Fortnite's the Overwatch.
Well, yeah, because it's not how would it make money.
Yeah, right. So because every game's coming out with fucking support. Every game, like if you drop a game with no DLC, no support, man, you're not gonna make any money. I mean, and again, and I've asked the question, is that how they're making games now? Are they making games where I'm gonna make 80% game and then drop the other 20% as a add-on, a buy later type shit, so I can really charge, you know, $80 for this game versus charging $70 for it or something.
But like I do want to mention though that I think this is the most accurate description of a games as a service, because I don't think it's necessarily the games nowadays. I think it's how we are describing the games, because these things are not new. You know, everybody know about DLC, but we only called it downloadable content. We never called it as a games as a service. But technically speaking, like even in the PS3 days, even though we wasn't calling it games as a service, there can be single player games, not just multiplayer, that were considered games as a service. So yeah, these games are games as a service, even if we like to say it or not, even if we want to recognize it or not. These games are games as a service, and I think they're going to be prominently here for a while too, because they've been here for a long time.
Yeah, they definitely been here for a long time. I mean, I consider what's that game called? Not Origins. Valhalla. That's a games as a service. Assassin's
Definitely.
Creed game. So even though they're coming out with that rumored Assassin's Creed Infinite, which is their titling going to be a games as a service, but you can already see it in most of the games that are already out. That they're continually pushing out content which you pay for, and some of them come in free updates. So that classification of game of a service can apply to pretty much anything we're playing.
And so with, I'm actually glad you said that too. Avengers. Everybody know that's a games as a service, but I think people mistake that as a games as a service for different reasons. I think people say it's a games as a service because, oh well, we get DLC, or we get character drops and everything like that. And I don't think that that's the games as a service part, even though I thought that was at first. I think the games as a service part is the deal. I mean the costumes, right, that you have to pay for, the takedowns that you have to pay for. Those types of things is what make Avengers a games as a service, not just the fact that they bringing out new characters, because those are free. Every new DLC drop is free for Avengers.
Yeah, and I believe I'm not quite sure on the Avengers. I know I played Avengers. I beat it, but I haven't played any of the content after that, and I don't really keep up with the Avengers. But for anybody that does, do they do like you know how usually Call of Duty has double XP weekends and stuff like that? Do they do anything like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so then you can consider their online portion, games of a service, or of some sort.
Can I ask a question? Is there, because now I'm trying to think of other avenues, right? Is there a game that is being continually supported with like DLC or anything like that, but that's free, like that you have not had to pay anything else for besides just buying the game?
I would say Naraka Blade Point is one of them so far. Like do the initial purchase of the game, and then they are constantly updating it, adding. They just did the Bruce Lee crossover, so you get nunchucks and new outfits and all that. Well, never mind. I think some of those cosmetics you got to pay for, but the weapons are like free. They're part of the game, so.
Is it an option to pay for it, even if you don't have to?
It's an option. You don't have to pay for that stuff. I mean, you just pay for the game and you're playing it. So.
Yeah, and I think that will still be considered games as a service though, because even though you don't have to, there's
like one game, maybe not as much because they've released or they've said they're going to come on second one, but I saw like Overwatch as one that like I bought it one time several years ago, and they continued to add levels, they continued to add characters, they changed modes, they constantly did stuff on there, and I only paid them once, and they would have skins and stuff you would sell and whatever, but I didn't have to do that to enjoy a majority of the content that wasn't cosmetic.
And that's, I think, is the best types of games as a service, where you really just put the money into it and you can play it to unlock everything. Even though it's options to pay for these things, which makes it a games as a service, it's not, you don't have to do it. And like with Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't think anybody have to put money into that Master Duel game because of how they give you the gems and stuff like that. Like you can get a lot of good decks and with good cards in it just by playing the game.
One more, and we'll let Road Company is another one. That's another free to play. You can download it for free, and they release new maps, new game modes, and new characters, which you don't have to pay for. You can either continue to play the game and earn credits to unlock the characters, or you can just, if you want to just pay for them and unlock them, you can do them that way. So the only thing you really pay for, unless you want to, but you don't have to, is like their battle pass, where you earn different cosmetic skins, just like any other game, like Call of Duty or whatever. But definitely that game, you don't even have to buy their characters with money. You can just pretty much just play the game, earn enough credits, and unlock all the cosmetics or all the characters that you want in that game.
Like Halo Infinite multiplayer, you can play it, and most of the stuff for the season pass is cosmetic stuff.
Oh no, you gotta pay for that stuff, man. Like you
for what?
Halo is not or at least that, I don't think that's the good version of the games as a service, because the free stuff is crappy in that game.
Well, all I was saying is that's an example of a game that you don't like. The stuff they're doing on the pass, it's all cosmetics, right?
Yeah.
They're not like, what I'm saying is that versus I have to pay you, like for example, versus like a season pass on Call of Duty to get new maps or some shit like that, or a new zombie maps or some other things. I'm mentioning just like the ones that you can literally play the game. You'll get new stuff added periodically. They'll make changes, but they still want to get money out of me for like cosmetic stuff, season pass towards cosmetics and things of that nature. But I don't have to give them anything. I can just be content playing it as it is and get all the other new stuff that people are supplementing the cost of that by buying the cosmetics.
I think Grand Theft Auto is a good example, right?
Yeah. I mean, it will.
Oh, 5.
I mean, I don't know if it's like what y'all saying are true. These are definitely games as a service. I just don't think Halo is a good one. Like it's like the model, like because you got to grind too much in Halo. I feel like it's the grind is.
But okay, I understand what you're saying, but then also they've already said part of the and again, I'm not defending Halo. I'm not like a super Halo person, but I'm just saying for that example, they're also agree that the reason their season pass is so long for the first one is they figuring that shit out. It's still like basically quote unquote beta. But they're figuring
it seems like it. It definitely seems like it.
And they've said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got people with their hands up. Cozy, you want to go ahead and speak, you could, and then
Um,
Silky after.
oh, okay, so I wasn't sure because I just jumped in more recently. I guess I play a lot of games service. I think my favorite. Have you guys talked about Warframe?
Yeah, somebody just mentioned that. What's up, though? What's good?
I am a huge Warframe fan, mostly because other than color, I spent like $300 in just color palettes and like little emotes and dumb stuff. Because the game does not incentivize buying anything straight out, and what's available currently to all players can be grinded for. There's nothing locked behind you have to pay for as far as unlocking frames and stuff like that. So I really enjoy the fact that like if you want to buy a frame, it's like $80, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that. I could just grind for these bosses to get the parts and then make the frame. So and I also appreciate it because it does something that a lot of game services don't do, where you log into the game and you get points or a reward for logging in for the day, and you get a bigger reward for like the good, like, oh, you've logged in for 300 days, but it's cumulative and not what's the word, cumulative and not like basically you don't have to do a streak. Like I will
Right.
not log in for like weeks and then log in and it'll be like, hey, congratulations on logging in on your 500th day.
Oh no, I like that. That's really cool.
So I appreciate also the leveling and stuff. You can't pay for levels. Like there's literally like skill based leveling and mastery tests to get more advanced gear and stuff.
Okay. Is there like I believe you can pay for the Warframes, right?
Yeah, but they're like $80. And
oh my lord,
so
that's why I didn't pay for them. Okay.
So a lot of people will not pay for them. But that $80 Warframe, if it's available, they won't have special Warframes that only you can get, that only paying can get you. They don't have that. They just like at any current Warframe that's accessible is accessible to everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I really like Warframe. I was just telling them that was one of the games that I wanted on PlayStation when it launched on PC so bad. And especially like we've been saying, a lot of us was saying in here that we want to like get back on Warframe, want to play it again. So yeah, since you like it a lot, you a big fan of it, can you can help us out, right?
Yeah, I have probably like 40 frames, something
Oh my
ridiculous.
god.
Yeah.
I have two. I think I got two. I think I have two. Yeah, okay. I just gave you a follow. Anytime you want to get on, I gotta download it. You got it on PlayStation?
No, I actually am currently taking a break until about there's the cross save update that's supposed to happen. I have a friend who only had a Switch, so I moved my game there, and I didn't realize you couldn't move it back.
Wait, what you mean?
When they rolled out newer versions, they allowed you to migrate your game.
I didn't even know it was on Switch. Wow.
Yeah, but you can't put it back where it was.
Yeah, it came on Switch like maybe a year ago, I think.
No, it was like 2019, I think.
I mean, at least a year ago. I remember caring about it because I have a Switch, and I was like, I'm gonna play a lot of this on Switch, and I just never did.
Yeah, so I basically ended up putting a lot of time into it on the Switch since I couldn't move it elsewhere, and now I'm just waiting for them to roll out the cross save, cross progression part so that I can move it off of my Switch.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Real quick, anybody got like some Warframe questions at all? Nah. So I was just saying we got an expert here, y'all.
I played it back in the day. I still got my characters on that, so if y'all ever want to, I just get confused about Warframe. I guess what I need to do. It's changed so much that
it has changed. It's a completely new game. They have like the ships, the railgun missions, all that. So So it's a lot, but I think the thing is always to link up with other players because the Warframe community is pretty chill. They're all there to just play and be like nice to each other for the most part. So you encounter a lot of people that are really pleasant.
Yeah, I'll definitely re-download it, get on it. It's been a minute.
Okay, yeah, I am too. Last question for Cozy, real quick before we go to Silky. Is there any other games of the server, or forget that? We can even stick on Warframe. Why do you like game? Because I know you said that, like, the commutative login points, being able to. Did you pay for any of the Warframes you had?
I've not paid for a single Warframe.
Okay, so you've went through that whole grind to get all of those Warframes. Number one, I'm proud of you. But yeah, so you played through the whole game. Is that one of the reasons why you gravitate towards Warframe?
Yes, I'm not a big fan of like versus kind of games as except for Overwatch. I never really enjoyed like the versus kind of games. I'm more of a co-op experience. So all the games of service that I play will reflect that. I'm okay with like, I play Sea of Thieves as well, so I'm okay with like, oh, these people sunk my ship because it's usually funny and but I think every game of service that I really enjoy has some strong co-op aspect for the most part that allows you to play with your friends and you're just helping each other out. And I think it's because those communities tend to be friendly.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. We might even come back to you with that Warframe talk. Silky, real quick. You had your hand up for a while. You got any games of service games that you enjoy?
Yeah, so first things first, Cozy, big shout out to you. Like, surprise me every time you speak about games. You play more games than I thought. Cozy's, I would consider more of a hardcore gamer now. Like, a lot of games on the resume, so respect that, especially Animal Crossing. I know that's your big thing. For me, the best games as a service is Apex Legends. If you look at it, like, you can earn season passes just by completing the season pass prior, though you earn enough gold to unlock the next season pass. And during that, you unlock random chests. You can get pretty much any item that's in there. So there's really no need to pay for anything. People still do pay to take a shortcut, but they're constantly updating the legends, the skills they have, the guns, the maps. I haven't seen any other games as a service map put more effort into their game as far as like weapon handling, maps, balancing, and everything like skills. Every legend has their own unique skills. So to me, that's the best games as a service.
Okay. I think
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hey Jack, what'd you say?
I said, what game did he say that was?
Apex Legends.
Oh, Apex. Okay.
Yeah, if you guys don't play it, the new season just came out, just dropped. Play it. They've reworked a lot of the legends too. It's great, man.
Oh wow. Okay, I might try it again.
It just goes back to that's one of them games I only play with friends that play it, and I don't have friends that are currently playing that, so I just don't play it.
Right.
What console are you playing on?
I mean, I have everything, so I can play it. I have a Series X Xbox. I mean, a Series X, PS5, gaming PC, Switch.
Okay. Yeah,
Oculus.
I'm on Series X. I'm on Series X. If you ever want a game, I normally just run solo, but yeah, I'm pretty dope at the game. If you ever want to run, let me know, man.
Man, if y'all ever trying to run a trio, well, that's the only thing you can run. I'm down.
No, I run. You can run duels too, but I run trios. I normally don't link up with anybody. I just get on and just play with whoever they give me.
I forgot they added that duo. I ain't played it in so long, but I get on Apex though.
AD, play it, man. I swear, like it's gonna feel like a brand new game to you. I promise.
I got to get on that then.
Every game I always play, I always end up being the medic.
Me too.
Hey, I need a lifeline in a group. I play with characters that are non-meta, just because it's harder to counter those characters. Like most of the time, I play with Crypto. I will play with Watson or the Fuse. That's his name. So those are like three characters that were normally not picked, but people are finally starting to find out they're actually great characters.
Yeah,
Revenue
it's funny.
is
Every
my
game I end up
favorite.
doing it. So Final Fantasy 14 Online, I end up doing medic stuff. Division 2, I'd be the person bringing everyone back up and throwing the healing stuff. And
Oh, you play
yeah,
Division
basically.
as well?
Yes, I have
My
Division
guy.
2 on PC and PS4. I
Hey,
don't have it
shoot.
on Xbox, but I have it on PC.
Okay, I think you can still crossplay with PC. Shoot me your gamer tag, man, so I can add you.
Sure, no problem. Gamer tag for what? Xbox or which?
For Xbox. I have Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation this gen, not yet.
Okay.
Oh damn! I'm on Division on PlayStation. I was about to be happy
Hey,
as.
don't worry, Frey. I got Division on
Fred,
PlayStation
you might
as
as well
well,
just
so
get Division on
I
Xbox.
need to finish
Hey,
Division on PlayStation.
What? I ain't
hey,
gonna.
I'm just Mike. Sorry to cut you off. I'm just happy to hear more Division players. Puka knows I've been preaching this game since Division One, man. Like Division One was my game of
Oh yeah,
last
I
gen.
played a shit ton of Division 1 too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I loved it.
like all my builds were completely
Get
maxed
it on
out. But yeah,
Xbox,
The
man.
Fred.
reason the reason I always have fond memories of Division is because I think Division 1 came out like on what, March 17th or something, or like came
Yeah,
right around that date. And I know that because my birthday is in March, and I
it was around
remember
springtime.
one of my exes got me that for my birthday at one point, like right around there, and then like ever since then, I played it all the time.
Yeah, for me, Division One provided a feeling you can't get anywhere else. Like, I don't know if you guys remember your first time extracting like exotic out of the dark zone. Oh man, you sweating. People were searching for you, pulsing. You're like hiding using conceal pulse. Like, it's literally intense. It is intense. So I loved it, man. Hopefully they
I
make
did
a
like
part
the
two.
fire. I don't know whatever they called the raids. I forgot what they called them in Division 2
You said the raid?
or Fire Strike. What do they call? Were they just called raids?
Yeah, they're called what was it? Strikes? What? No, it wasn't strikes. Maybe I think we just all got accustomed to calling it a raid.
Yeah, well, I used to like those because I remember one time I was playing with some friends late night. We was a couple hours into a raid, and we basically this was like right when it first came out, and we were about to beat it. And I remember I took a screen grab. I think it was on PlayStation where you know how you throw down the things that revive the people and bring them back up. The
Yeah,
game fucking glitched out on me. I threw the thing down, and me and my friend were sitting right there, and it wouldn't pick us up.
yeah, I've had that happen a few times. I talked to a few of the Ubisoft devs on here too, and I'm begging them to make a part three, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, really quick because I know we can. I definitely could talk about Division all the time. We might come back to it, especially with my next question. And before we even get to Onyx, who we got? Steph and ND. I see y'all down there. If y'all want to come up to speak, just letting you know we have an open floor. Okay. Just request up and we'll bring you up. Okay. So Onyx, let's get to you, man. Or wait, hold up. Or woman, or whoever you are. I want to be respectful. What games as a service that you enjoy?
Um, so I'm a guy. So when I heard I forgot who was talking because I was like busy completing a dungeon. Uh, Speaking about Final Fantasy 14 because it's my favorite game of all time.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we were just talking about that a lot too.
Oh yeah, I should like join in earlier, but I was busy like doing some grocery shopping
Oh, no,
and
you good? You good? It don't, bro. We here every Sunday.
I was gonna
yeah.
say, this Twitter, man. You doing real life? Do you?
I
Yeah.
also I also I also did enjoy playing other games. Like I love Dark Souls. I mean Soulsborne games. I'm excited for Elden Ring.
Okay, okay.
I play both the Switch and the PS4. I also did play a little bit of Warframe, but other games got me busy. I remember when I the first time I played Dark Souls, it drove me away from Warframe because I was addicted to that game.
Hey, turn up. We was talking about that too. Man, Warframe is a good game.
Yeah, I
Um,
did enjoy playing Warframe.
what are you currently playing now?
Right now I'm playing Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, okay, and that's the one you put the most times into as far as the games as a service, and it can be from any era.
Yeah, I just love the game. Like I've been grinding for gear, glam, and level up other jobs that um that I'm still leveling up, and I'm also playing a little bit of Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to get into that. I don't have a Switch though, but I need to get back into my Pokemon.
Honestly, since I played Diamond, that was like a huge refresh for the series, and I feel like it's good that this game is a um like a te- like a like a test, like if this type of mechanics will satisfy the Pokemon fans, and most of the majority they did enjoy playing the game because how different it is instead of the usual copy and pasting mechanics.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So, real quick, since pretty much everybody was able to. Oh, hold up. We got Debbie in the room. Let me get you up to the speaker real quick. But if Debbie, you want to speak, you know what I'm saying, you come up and speak. Just let us know, okay? But since everybody pretty much got some examples of games that they actually do enjoy, games as a service, I'm going to leave it open floor after this next question because I am so curious about everyone's opinion on this. My question is, why does games as a service have such a negative stigma in the gaming community when a lot of us have great games and great examples of games as a service that we have? I'm actually going to go first really quick. And then anybody else, of course, Silky and Cozy got their hands up first. But, like I said, it's an open floor. After they speak, anybody can go. I want to give examples of Star Wars, Battlefront 2, and Avengers. Um, Maybe not so much as Avengers, but I think games as a service has so much of a negative stigma in the gaming community now. Because of that's one, I guess, reason for having great games become commercial failures. Or maybe not commercial failures, but mind share failures, whatever you want to call it. I literally think that part of the game is what brought the entire game down. If the microtransactions and Star Wars Battlefront 2 were not a thing, I think Battlefront 2 would be legit. Like, it would be flourishing right now because it is such a good game. And I actually just got into the actual main part of it. I only play heroes versus villains for the most part. And I got to the main part of the game, like the actual battlefield part, and it's fun. Like, it's actually pretty good. Um, yeah, I just want to get everybody else's thoughts. Why do y'all think it has such a negative stigma? And Silky, you can go first, man. Hey, Silky, you there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was talking to my wife. So I believe games as a service has a bad rep because people believe that they're going to put out games incomplete and that it's a big money grab. That's why I love the topic that you have, where you said what games as a service. What do you think is the best examples of it? Because we all pick games as a service that doesn't seem like a big money grab. It's not in it to just make as much money as possible, like GTA 5. So we get a quality game, a game that's always evolving. Because I'm pretty sure we all have a game in here that we love that never had a sequel to it. So to get a game that will constantly be there and evolve and become more and more what we love, to me that's a positive. I don't see a negative.
Agreed. Agreed. And I definitely want more better games as a service type games. Cozy, what's your opinion?
I think it was something about when you talked about the negative mind share of what is games service. I think it's like it's like a mostly a vocal community. It's like it's a combination of things. You had, especially in the like console gaming as service is really a lot newer than say PC. I played on PC a long time, so I was used to how games as service functions. But there used to actually be significantly less games as service options on console. So basically a lot of people on console, I think more so than like on PC, where you see it all the time, where it felt like, because there was so much, especially in like the earlier days where they're pushing out more games of service, there was a lot of money grab stuff. Like, you remember how they used to charge you like for the multiplayer aspect of some games? Like, you could play the single player on console games, but then some of them had the additional charge for multiplayer.
I
You
like
mean
think I
like
do.
charging you for
Xbox
Xbox
Live.
Live or PSN Live?
Well,
No,
nah.
not those. But basically, they would
Like
come with a little
Starhawk.
card.
Like, wasn't like Starhawk or Warhawk something like that, where you had to pay? Well, it was one. I do remember some.
Yes.
They might not be good examples, but I do remember some games actually doing that.
Yes, where you had to pay a separate charge. Like Uncharted did that, I think, initially. I think like Uncharted 2 initially did that, where you had to pay a separate charge to access the multiplayer. And so it was just like these little like money grabs. And then when they said, "Oh, we can start putting more of these on consoles," usually it was like a lot of bad failed versions of games that just were like obvious, like, let's just try to get as much money as possible. And that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. So you had that, and because if you look at it, there's like a lot of failures of them, and a lot of the failures are because they're obvious, horrible money grabs. And in addition, you have like studios like, was it EA, who was like basically down with single player games, kind of. And so this anti-single player idea, anti-single player aspect of gaming, from a lot of more from people in the power who could control the path of gaming, also helped create this negative feeling about what games of service is.
Okay. I'm actually glad you brought that one of those points up too, because I totally forgot the whole, like, because I knew I was talking. We brought up like examples like DC Universe Online, which I actually think is a great game, even when it came out with the subscription. But it had a subscription to it, to where you had to pay, even if you was playing. Well, PlayStation Plus wasn't really that. It wasn't how it was now, but you had to pay to play online. Final Fantasy, I guess, is like that too. But those are online mostly games. There were even examples of single player, or at least games that had single player with multiplayer components that they charge you for just to play it. And that might have been in the birth of Xbox Live and PS Plus now, for all we know. And I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it was Boy, cause I know you had said something too, and again, guys, anybody, it's an open floor. As long as you guys keep it respectful. Why y'all think that games as a service has such a negative stigma right now in the gaming community?
I think part of it is people like new IP. Like, let's say somebody makes, I guess I'm gonna go with Grand Theft Auto or whatever. Grand Theft Auto, well, that's a tough one because Grand Theft Auto is so creative. But some games, in order to really change the game, you would have to like start a new development cycle and create a new game, pretty much. In order to add new mechanics or whatever the case may be, even graphics or whatever. I think that's a part of it. I think people are scared of the lack of creativity that might go into a games as a service. And I think some people just don't like being charged continually over and over and over, instead of paying one fee to get the game they want or whatever the case may be. I think people had that same issue with Final Fantasy VII. I still have that problem with Final Fantasy VII, where they're breaking the game up into episodes and charging you that way when they could have just did like a, $160, $70 purchase and just remade the game. So I think that's what people. I think people are really getting used to games as a service now, but I think initially when it was first talked about, I think that's what was one of their main problems.
Okay. To go to your point too, I'm gonna be real. Just me personally, I don't mind paying. Um, like, as long as it's valuable. As long as it's valuable. If a game comes out and tells me, "Oh, this game is $60," but we also have this, and this coming out next month, and we're gonna charge you $200 for it. If it's good, if it's like let's say if Final Fantasy did that, right? Because I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, the original, but I did play. I dabbled my toe in the remake, and it's amazing to me. Um, I actually don't have a problem how they're doing it because I mean, it's a lot of hours you can put into it. It's a great game. It's polished. Everything is damn near perfect about the game. Voice acting, everything. Well, for the most part, voice acting. I don't mind if they will say, "Oh, here go the next 3-4 parts, and we're gonna charge you $200 for it." I wouldn't mind that. If they put out 3 or 4 parts and they're gonna charge us $60, each for them, I don't mind that. I don't think that's technically games as a service if they do it like that. But I still don't mind. Me personally, I don't mind.
What if it seems like the game is unfinished, like they're breaking it into parts and counting that as a game expansion or whatever the case may be? Remember, like I think we're thinking about games as a service right now, but people had a huge problem with that with the first Destiny. It just felt broken up. You know what I mean? I think it's a little bit based on how you do it, whether people will really have a problem with it. Destiny 2 launched way better. It seems a lot more fair now. But at first, coming from Halo Reach, I think it was they did before Destiny, and how complete of a project that was to what Destiny was, it just felt like they were like, all right, let me take this out, and I'll launch this in February, and then I'll launch this in June, and you know what I'm saying? If it feels like a complete thing that you can play for 4 to 6 months, 3 months maybe, that's cool. But if it feels like a to be continued, which I know not a lot of games as a service do. I know it's kind of more like Fortnite, like the map gets destroyed and changed or whatever. I think there's a difference there though between feeling complete and feeling like broken apart. Like Halo seems like they don't have co-op, they don't have Forge, and it's a 10-year project. Now it seems like they broke the game up, launched the game unfinished to finish it later on. We don't want a project. We want a complete game that you add more to. I love that. Like, if they can do that with single-player games, that would be great. If it's a great game already. But if it seems unfinished, people are going to have a problem.
I feel that, and I'm that's the same way as me. If it's broken up, unfinished, don't want it. However, if it's good and it feels complete, boy, y'all can do some shady or like not even shady, but some y'all can have some tactics. Like I said, that Final Fantasy, I'm with it. I'm finna buy all of them. Y'all got me. I'm finna get every one of them. But yeah. So, anybody else? Anybody got some thoughts on it?
This is the question I do have for everybody. What if? And I know I'm not going strictly by the guidelines of games as a service, but I think I'm not the only person who feels like there's a lot of games nowadays. I think they said Steam last year had 12,000 games.
I was wondering, what would you think if they had less games, but they were more games as a service games? So you don't.
Hey, real quick, boycott. You I don't know if you disconnected from like a Bluetooth or something like that, but your voice got substantially lower. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, real quick. Okay. What's up?
Let me come back in. Maybe it might be a problem or something.
Yeah, you good. Just when you come back, just raise your hand. I'm gonna go to the next person. We can come back to you. Okay. All right. Bet. So yeah. Hey, Puka. I don't know if you busy right now. I actually want to ask you a question real quick. If you're not busy.
Puka's probably busy working. He's probably up on a roof somewhere quoting somebody. I see we got his brother in here too, Upper.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad. I know you getting prepared and everything. I don't even know why I even tried to ask him right now, boy. He ready for today.
Oh
that,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm actually cooking in the kitchen because I'm getting ready to go to the party.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Ooh, turn up.
I'm living it up, man.
Like party for the Super Bowl or something?
I'm in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
The city is going wild today.
Hey, I hope the
Well,
Bengals win. My cousin, and he's pretty much like my brother. He's a Bengals fan. I've watched him have 20 losing seasons without winning a playoff game, so I'm hoping they win the Super Bowl.
Facts.
And I
Facts.
live in Cali, so it's kind of
like
rough to say.
I feel worried about my cousins because they're gonna get stuck on traffic because um I don't know if it's true they're gonna play on LA, right? Are they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's
because
it's an LA.
traffic's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah,
Excuse my language.
Oh man.
Because the amount of traffic, oh boy.
and if they lose, the city is not safe.
Oh, true. I was gonna tell my cousin says, "Hey, you made it. You better get home before dark, just in case if the Rams lose. But if the Rams wins, you're good. But if they're not, then get the hell out of here because it's gonna be like purge night or something."
Yeah, wear Rams jersey to stay safe.
Yep.
I grew up as a Sacramento Kings fan, living in LA, so I know all about the roughness. But yeah, Boycott has his hand up, so I'm gonna go on mute.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. That sounds better, man.
All right. Appreciate it. First, I want to say Aaron Donald deserves a Super Bowl ring. I feel the Bengals' pain as a Jets fan, but I think people are sleeping on Aaron Donald as the best player in the league. They always say it's the quarterback. I think he needs to establish himself as the best player in the league. Um, but yeah, I was saying, what do you guys feel? Would you feel better? Because to me, it feels like I can't keep up with all the games sometimes. Well, do you think it would be better if they had more long-term games? If you want to call it games as a service, that's fine. Long-term games with DLC, for long periods of time, rather than making a bunch of sequels and having a whole bunch of games to choose from. Which one would you prefer?
I would say no. And the only reason I would say that is because if you have, and this is like the example I have now, if basically everything was a games as service, normally what's going to happen is people are going to gravitate to a handful of them, and there's no way someone's going to continually play like 10 different games. I like the idea that I can play through a game, I've completed it, I can move on to the next one. I have one or two of my games as services that I play. I flip those around here and there, but I hate the idea. I mean, nothing wrong with what you're saying, but me personally, I wouldn't like that just because I know that just means there'd be even less games I play.
Hey, Lazy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's your favorite game right now?
Persona 5 Royal that I beat recently.
Okay, so would you want a new Persona to come out in 5 years, or would you rather have like new content released every 4 months, where they release like a little bit of content, maybe charge you $15 or $10 for it, but in 5 years it'll total up to the full 60 or 70, whatever you pay for it. But in the meantime,
I prefer the time because I like variety. So, for example, like even now, I'm playing Strikers right after Persona 5 Royal, and I'm basically kind of tuned out because I've played so much of it that I'm like I want to play something else, and I want to like for example, Red Dead Redemption 2. I loved the first Red Dead Redemption. I loved it. I mean, I wish it wouldn't took as long as it did for number 2, but the fact that they did that made me actually want to play it. Just like say Assassin's Creed, I like the idea where they kind of took off a year or whatever. I don't want too much content of something I like because you get me personally, I get it gets decentralized or whatever you want to call it. Where it's like I don't really,
desensitized.
yeah, and it's like I want something else, and I'll come back to that and I'll just enjoy it more.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you is because I believe if dev teams put like a B team on just content for the prior game, and then they had their A team working on the next installment, and maybe in that 5 or 6 years you can see the next game come out. But until then, they can like pretty much what people call drip feed you new content, whether that's new armor, new enemies to fight, new maps, and things of that nature.
Hey, I would like that too. Hey, Cozy, what's up?
I was just gonna say I agree with the idea that it becomes too much content, but I also part of me is like the philosophy of like games for everyone. Not every person's going to like the same game. So and some games are always going to fail. So I think just always as long as there is a healthy mix of both. As long as you don't have like, hey, these people used to just make nice single player games and now all they make is this one MMO that they're working on. But, the community that like their single player games is suddenly left out. Um I think as long as there's both, there's space to grow because a lot of people they'll play the same game for a long time and then one day they're like, you know what, I'll try something different. And I think the problem I have with games as service is more so along the lines of like a lot of them instead of being okay with the dips and whatever, they engage in predatory practices for player retention, and I think that's where I think, hey, this is a problem.
Real quick before Honest go, I want to piggyback a little bit what Cozy is saying, and real quick before even all that, I see you down there, DJ Kills and Jordan. If y'all want to come up, I'm probably gonna keep it open for like another 10 minutes or so, just so people can prepare for the Super Bowl and everything. Now I want to give a disclaimer. Probably gonna put this on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The chats we probably gonna start posting on YouTube and everything. I'm gonna message you guys. If I do, whoever spoke. Let you know if I do and when it's up, so you guys can listen to it. Um, but I wanted to answer the question real quick myself. I think it all depends. Um, I don't need every game becoming games as a service. It all depends on the vision of the game, how the game is. For example, what's this game? Seafood. I don't need any type of DLC for this game. I don't need for them to do anything for the game. I feel like it's perfectly fine how it is. And if let's say if they want to make another one, I'll play that. But Sifu is the type of game that I feel like a year now, I can come back to the game and just play it and enjoy how it is. And I would want to do that. I really feel like I want to play, I damn want to platinum Sifu a year, like once a year. But that's the type of game, don't need it at all whatsoever. Let's say another single player game. I'll put out Marvel's Avengers. I feel like that shouldn't have been a game as a service. And if it was a game as a service, it should not be what it is now. I think that ruined the game, in my opinion. How they did that. I would like that to be even if y'all didn't put DLC or bring DLC traditionally, you can have that type of games as a service. But how they're trying to continually update it, the update seems more like fixes than additions, and it's really because of the core structure of the game. I feel like, as far as a single player game, Devil May Cry 5, right? That's one game that I wouldn't mind DLC for because of the structure of the game. It's meant for you to go through a level and get high score and beat an exciting boss. It's not meant to be like this ultra hard game. It's not meant to be like a very heavy story driven game. It's meant for you to have fun with the level design of the game. And that's the game I would I didn't beat that yet, but I need to actually purchase it. But I wouldn't mind them dropping DLC for that game constantly. So yeah, it all depends. Oh, and one last point: Sony specifically needs more live service games, in my opinion. Um, they specifically need that. Sony has been having a problem, in my opinion, with live service games damn near ever since their existence. They had a problem with them. Um, but however, currently we don't have what we had before. No, we had the resistances. We had the and even with that, we only two was the only one that had multiplayer. I believe. I don't think one had it, and definitely three didn't have it. Killzone. We had Killzone. We had Warhawk, Starhawk. We had these games, and these were good times, even if they weren't the most. They didn't sell the most. Um, DC Universe Online is probably the most successful live service game that they have on a platform, and we can see that that's still going strong today. Sony needs to invest in it, and I'm happy that they are. But yeah,
Oh,
that's my answer for it.
Resistance 3 had multiplayer, by the way.
So what was the multiplayer in Resistance in 3?
It was like it was just using the weapons, pretty basic. I remember one cool thing about it was the ice gun they had actually froze people in multiplayer, and then you could break them in pieces. Um, it was like some creative weaponry type Insomniac type game, pretty much.
Oh, and is this? It's not the servers are not active no more, are they?
No, that thing was most likely done. They shut down a bunch of servers in 2018 for PS3 games.
Okay, I was actually unaware of that. Maybe because I played it late. I didn't know that. I thought it didn't have multiplayer. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
they
another game called Mag.
yeah, Mag. I played that too. I actually have that in my what you call it. Um, I definitely had Mag, and I played Mag a lot. It wasn't the best, but I enjoyed it. Hey, what up, Rome? We see you down there. Hey, y'all, just to let everybody know who is unfamiliar with the Gameplay Club. Just a disclaimer before I let Silky and Onyx go, and Rome go, of course. Gameplay Club is pretty much called we are called this because we are a club on Clubhouse. The app called Clubhouse is literally Twitter Spaces before Twitter Spaces was in existence. So yeah, now we're on Twitter Spaces as well. Gameplay. And the club is also on Clubhouse. If you want to follow us on Clubhouse, we actually have it on our profiles mostly all the time. We have chats on Monday and Wednesday nights, and Rome is actually the creator of it. So yeah, welcome, Rome. We're just talking about some games of the service that we enjoy, and you want to chime in? If you want to let us know what games of service you enjoy, or do you think that it should be more in the future, or the industry should focus on games of the service in the future? Let us know your thoughts, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Fred? Hey, what's up, Jack? How y'all doing? Um, I'm just playing Hitman 3 right now, so I'm a little I was a little tuned out when when you were talking. I was trying to figure out how to perform the perfect assassination, and then I was like, oh shit, he's actually asking me a question. But
You
yeah,
good? You
dude.
good?
Was it about you said gaming services?
Yeah, you right on topic too, because I mean, Hitman is actually one of the most outlier games of the services recently that's out right now. Yeah, what games of the service you like? And the Hitman can be one of them. And why you like them?
I mean, dude, I like Hitman from the moment I played the first Hitman in this trilogy. I just like the gameplay. To me, it gives me a similar feeling to Assassin's Creed before Assassin's Creed kind of made like a pivot. And I feel like it really brings back like that kind of arcade feeling that like Assassin's Creed, like the first two of them had, and just like that Tom Clancy Splinter Cell feeling. I really like that about this game. It like really feels nostalgic to me, even though it is a newer game. It does bring back that like Splinter Cell feeling for me. And I'm excited that they're gonna make like a new one. So I'm just playing this right here in the meantime to kind of feel like a void, kind of the same way I was playing World War Z until Back for Blood came out.
Okay, okay. And one last question. One last question. Do you want to see more games like that? And I know you focus mostly on the gameplay, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? As far as the games of the service like route, would you like to see more games like that? If they have good gameplay, of course, and they have it to where it's like a Hitman style, they drop it seasonally, or just drop DLC for it occasionally, or continually, or cosmetics for it.
Bro, what I would actually love to see is something open world of like the Hitman Splinter Cell type nature. I know Assassin's Creed played around with like online where you could, assassinate other people. I would just love to see how far that could go, like with this Hitman, and like if they decide to do something like that with Splinter Cell. I think that would be really cool. The amount of weapons that are just left laying around, like random crowbars or hammers, or the way you could like switch your disguises, and all that stuff. I think that would be really cool just to play around with. Like if you imagine like if all of us were in a lobby on PlayStation, Xbox, or if it was cross-play, if all of us were in a lobby and you could just be whoever you wanted to be, you know what I mean? It would be like Among Us on crack, you know what I mean? It would be like super cool. I would love to see what that would look like. I would love to see how that would feel playing. I think it would just be really cool, especially if there were teams and like if all you guys kind of acted like individual assassins, but there was like team deathmatch, or if there was like free for all, that would be really cool. So yeah, I would like to see something like this in the future. But I would like to see where they could go with it, not just continuing it. I want to see what else they could do with this.
Bet. I agree with you, man. Even though I need to dabble into a little bit more. I can't wait. Hey, Silky and Onyx, know y'all had y'all hands up. Anybody want to go after them? Just let you know. Go ahead. That we gonna pretty much end it. You know what I'm saying, after a couple. But yeah, Silky. Well, we can go back to the other question though. Would you like to see more of these in the future, like or games that serves as the future? What's your thoughts on it, man?
So yeah, I would like to see it, and there's two things. I think what we're going to start seeing is a single player game, and then the multiplayer being a games as a service. And another thing I strongly believe is, sorry if you guys hear the jet flying over me, but I strongly believe that we're going to like when they have a games as a service, it allows them to fine tune for their next iteration of the game as well. Because throughout the games as a service, they can see what works, what doesn't, what people like, and then they can correct balances as well. So I do think that's a big positive for games as a service.
Okay, cool. All right, Cozy, what's up?
Sorry, I was like, considering games of service and what they have, and like to piggyback off of what Silky was saying. I think of a game like Monster Hunter, really refined single player experience, but also a great game of service game, um, and a great game for playing with other people, and how a lot of basically the continual things that they've changed as the game has progressed, and what they've carried to other games and such as far as features.
I feel it. Okay, cool. Thank you for your input. Onyx, man. What's up?
It's I gotta bring up that subject about refresh like content, like talking about Persona 5. I feel like I love the series, but I feel like they should change like the setting because the whole high school trope it's getting a bit stale for me. Just saying.
I mean, but that's like an anime and manga and all that stuff in general. There's a lot around that.
Yeah, I know it's a popular trope for anime, but I wish they should like um do like a different place. I do love the games. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love the games. My favorite, the Persona games is Persona 3. It was also my first Persona game. But when it's setting in high school, it gets a bit stale.
So what would you like? Would you want them to make more DLC for the game to change it up, or want them to go a completely different route with that specific game?
I feel like they should for the when they're going to add new content like they usually do when they reveal a new like a well not technically new like a definitive edition game like Persona 4 Golden or Persona 3 FES or Royal. I They should do like as DLCs because buying the same game but with different content it's mm, better than just I mean like DLC is like better than buying the same game but with different content.
Okay. Okay, cool. I respect that.
Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah, Boycott. Let me hear what Boycott got to say, man. 'Cause I want to know. Man. I appreciate everybody for giving y'all input. I really do. Boycott, what you think about games as a service in the future?
Well, actually, I kind of wanted to ask a question to see what everybody was thinking about with this 10 games as a service that Sony has planned. Like, what would you guys want to see some of those be? Like, I definitely want to see SOCOM. I definitely want to see The Last of Us games as a service. But I think most of all, I'm not going to get this. I know. But most of all, I want to see some sort of PlayStation All Stars Fighter games as a service, even if it's made in the mold of like Power Stone, um, where you update it with characters or whatever the case may be over time. Those are the things I really want to see. I know people like Resistance and all that. I was thinking like, what would you guys want to see, or even a type like an MMO or whatever the case may be.
I'm gonna leave the floor open. What y'all want to? What y'all want to see?
I want to see them.
Anything.
I want to see them bring back possibly a Killzone.
Really? Okay. I think I find it. I did like Killzone, but I know they have a lot of lingering fans. I didn't know people love that game so much. My issue with Killzone is I feel because I've like read some of the lore and looked at the game. I feel like they left a lot of stuff on the table they never took advantage of. Like in Shadowfall, I love the way that city looked when when the game was shown. If that game was set in that city with that wall partition between the Hellgast and the Vectans, and you can go across the wall, like real time, with your own equipment or jet or whatever the case may be, that would have, I'm not saying been the Halo killer they always wanted, but that would have been something amazing. I think they left a lot of stuff on the table. If you look at that launch trailer, they had like elevators going to space, all types of stuff like that, and none of it was in the game. Well, I didn't finish it, but from what I remember, or from what I've seen, then none of it was taken advantage of.
Yeah, I think with Bungie on their team now, they could probably get something out, or make a live service Killzone game. I wouldn't put it past them for them not to do it, but it would be something uh, interesting if they did.
So for me, I would like to see. I think Last of Us Factions will be a games as a service when they make the remaster for Part One. I am anticipating not Killzone, Twisted Metal. There's been a lot of whispers about that. So, where there's smoke, there's fire. Um, they have a lot of IPs they can tap into, but I think whatever multiplayer game they're going to bring out, Sony's always going to give you that handcrafted single player game. And I think just alongside that, they're going to put games as a service games. So whatever multiplayer game, the chick from Stadia that they brought over, whatever she's working on, I think that's going to be a single player game. And then in addition to that, they're going to have the games as a service multiplayer version as well.
I think really they need to have experiences that are good enough to retain players. Because that's the key. You can improve a game as long as you keep enough people around to that are willing to wait it out. And I think the problem is they're kind of behind on the game service boom. So they're going to have to find whatever they find is going to have to be something that can retain enough people so that it can be like space to improve. Like, because a lot of the games as service, they do start out kind of okay. And even if it's good, is it better than other games of service? Because you're fighting for time. You're fighting for, and that's the biggest fight there is. So you'll have to, I don't know what the plan is, but they have to make games that are better than that are good enough and unique enough that they offer a better experience and a worthwhile experience for someone to spend their time on.
I will say Sony needs at least out of the 10 games as a service games, one unique game. Like they need their Minecraft, right? Like Media Molecule was one of the first people to do play, create, share. They need something that I don't want to see 10 FPS games as a service. I know we're in a what do you call it? Not a detriment, but like a I know we're in a negative when it comes to FPS games, but I hope they don't overdo it with 10 FPS, maybe two third person shooter games and service. At least that's what I hope the lady from Haven is doing because she created Assassin's Creed. They need one, at least one unique, something with a new design, new gameplay, whatever. If it's from Media Molecule, great. Just
I
at least one, please.
I agree with that. I think. I mean, what was the last game Mini Molecule made? Was it
Dreams.
Dreams? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
would. Honestly, I think that should be on PC. But anyway, besides the point. But I think yeah, they should definitely have them make something that's live service. I agree with you. I don't want to see a whole bunch of first person shooters. I know we'll definitely see third person action games or whatever. I think that studio, what is it Deviation? They're making an RPG. Was it that they said they were doing?
Yeah,
So
a FPS RPG online.
okay.
Something.
Okay, so at least we're getting something of that sort, maybe a Destiny like sort of possibly from them. But yeah, I would definitely like to see some unique stuff come from Sony instead of seeing, FPS shooters and things like that.
And the word was deficit, by the way. I don't want to sound stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think the unique aspect, because you can get people in and to stick around and be like, that's unique. That's something I've never done before. Because like I play like Sea of Thieves. It's like there's no other game that exists like that. And that's half the reason I play it. Like if someone else came out with a game where you're just like literally sailing the seas as a pirate and getting drunk, I would be like, yeah, I'd try that. But they need something that's like unique and not just fun, but something that is fun and you can't get that experience anywhere else.
I'm glad you guys agree with me. Like, I know Microsoft didn't make Minecraft, but the fact that they own that, I think it's like a major chess piece that it's gonna last Microsoft for because nobody's gonna make a clone. I'm pretty sure there's been a clone of Minecraft, but no one's really gonna make a clone and have it successful as Minecraft. And I think Minecraft can last forever. Minecraft is damn near the next Mario, whatever his name is, Minecraft Steve. So I think they need to find that one game they can do that with, something that people can't copy. It's pretty much one of a kind, and it's gonna be your Mario for years to come. Um, so yeah, at least one, maybe a fighting game, a shooter, and mix it up. If I see like 7 FPS, two third person, and then one MMORPG, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, I got a question. Do anybody know? Because I don't really play GT. Gran Turismo. Do anybody know if like microtransactions are in the game or DLC come to the game?
I play it a lot, but I don't even. I never bought anything. Is there so many cars to get? So I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I never went on the store for it.
Because I know they add cars to the game after launch, right?
You can get so many
Absolutely, yeah.
cars though. You can get so many cars just playing the game and stuff, and there's so much. It's like unless you're like super super into like specific cars, it's not really something that you would.
Right. Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I, I hate I hate to give away my secrets, but I would love to see Jet Moto come back and be a games as a service
Oh,
racing
don't!
slash
Oh,
platform racer, bro.
Wait, what is it?
oh!
Imagine a platform. Imagine this, right? Because somebody's gonna steal my idea, and it's not gonna be Sony. I know it always happens. Imagine Jet Moto open world, right? And you can race along the track, right, to get to the destination to win it. But then there's a Grand Canyon type of thing that's a shortcut that you can jump off the canyon and use that tether that it used to have to swing to the other side and get ahead of everybody else. But there's a danger you could miss and be all the way in the back of the line now. That would have been great.
Shut
You
up
know
and
what I
take
mean?
my money.
Sony won't listen to me.
Oh, and these are the same people that made Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal 2. Okay. Single Track. That's the developer's name.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. And 989.
Check
Okay.
out Jet Moto 3 on YouTube if you haven't played it before.
Yeah, I
It's
haven't.
amazing.
I'm
I
unaware
love
of it.
Jet Moto.
Huh. Okay. Y'all just put me on. I never even knew about this game. All right. So real quick, the reason why I asked about the Gran Turismo is because I'm not sure if they're counting it as one of the games, the 10 live service games. I'm not sure when they're starting this whole 10 live service games, right? Or games as a service. But I'm gonna be real. I feel like we kind of know what most of them going to be. I mean, we know it's going to be a Twisted Metal. We know it's going to be some other type of racing game, probably a motorsport. If not, who knows? Maybe a Jet Moto. Um,
I hear something along the lines of what is it, Motor Storms? I heard a rumor about Motor Storms.
yeah, I
I heard
heard
about
too.
that.
Yeah, I heard that too. So I mean, I believe it's gonna come out. Um, we got those two racing games. We got most likely like two FPS games. I can't see them really coming out with less than two. Maybe a Resistance or a SOCOM or a Killzone or like they got so many. I can see them coming out with two of them. Then we probably gonna have a third person shooter. Maybe another Uncharted game with a multiplayer. But I can definitely see them coming out with a third person shooter. That's about five of them right there. I got a whole list. I want to see another, like you were saying, another PlayStation All Stars. PlayStation need a fighting game. PlayStation needs a fight.
Thank
In my
you.
opinion, they need a fighting game. There's no way in the world why you ain't got no fighting game. You own Evo. This is my personal opinion.
I think the problem is PlayStation All Stars was a little. I mean, the mechanics, especially with the Super or whatever, that was kind of obnoxious. But I think the bigger problem is you. It was like kind of in a way ahead of the game. It kind of came out. I mean, before like the whole before brawlers were really like now there's so many of them, but it came out before there were like so many of them, and I think there was like some sort of like resistance to the type of game it was. So I mean, it could have very well been like updated and had mechanics improved, but because there wasn't like that initial excitement, because a lot of people were like kind of like, why? No one asked for this.
Right.
Let me just say something real quick because I'm very in touch with the fan bases of each console. I'm not on PC, but the console. This is what happened on PlayStation also. Yes, it had a poor finisher design. That wasn't the main problem because they could have changed that and come with a part 2 easily. What happened is, very quietly, Nintendo fans are trolls. Very quietly. Nobody knows this except for me. Apparently. What they do is they watch a game display, whatever, E3 or whatever, and they'll see a game and they'll say, oh, that's like a copy off of this game. It's a rip-off of Zelda. It's a rip-off of this, right? And it gives it bad promotion. So I don't know about now, but back when PlayStation All-Stars first came out, it was a bunch of people saying this is a Smash clone, and it got downvoted to hell, right? Because it got downvoted to hell, even though it sold 1 million copies at a time when 1 million copies was pretty darn good, the bad reputation it had as a Smash clone killed the game. That's why we might not see a sequel. Now,
Yeah, and I think Cozy, she was, because I agree 100% with both of y'all saying. I like 100%. She was saying pretty much in other words that exact same thing. Everybody associate the brawlers with Smash, and I mean I'm not a Nintendo fan, but even because I grew up with Nintendo, but I'm not. I don't even own Nintendo now. I like Smash. I know what it is. Even I can say it look like a Smash clone. It definitely ain't play like Smash,
That's like
but
when people were talking about Genshin Impact and people were just like giving him all this shit. Like, it's just a rip-off game. Why would you even do this?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, I
not.
remember
Now,
that.
it definitely looks. Now, I think everybody can agree. It looks like Breath of the Wild. I mean, not even just the open world aspect of it or whatnot. It looks like Breath of the Wild.
But that game is great though.
So
It
if
is.
y'all remember Battleborn came out around where I think it maybe came out before Overwatch, but then Overwatch maybe did like a beta before it or something like that. Everyone was like, oh, it's just like, Overwatch is better. But they're like two different games. I actually liked Battleborn,
I did
and I
too.
played quite a bit of it when it came out. But everyone had that narrative that, oh, it's just a clone of Overwatch, but they were totally different games. But that was the narrative. So then everyone was like, fuck this, I'm going to play Overwatch. They didn't even try Battleborn. Did Battleborn have issues? Yes. Was it the best game? No. But it didn't deserve the way it was treated.
I think
This
Battleborn and Paladins, and no offense, Jack, but I think Battleborn and Paladins are better than Overwatch. But it's hard to compare Battleborn with those two games because again, it played completely different than both Paladins and Overwatch.
this is my thing because I didn't play Genshin Impact. People always bring up when somebody so-called copies Nintendo games, but Nintendo copies all the time. Mario Maker was Little Big Planet. Gaming Garage was Dream. Mario Golf was a copy
Apple
off of
copies damn near everything.
everybody's golf. Who's that?
So I think here's the thing about it. A lot of Nintendo games have this sort of Nintendo games at the bottom level, kind of like the key trick is refining the gameplay.
Fact.
So it's like hard to understand. Like Nintendo can do things, and why they are so well received is because of the refined, sorry, the birds, gameplay.
That's actually peaceful right now. Thank you. um, I'm not gonna lie though. I enjoyed all PlayStation All Stars for what it was. And I see you down there, Guap and G Money. I really brought you guys up, but we actually about to get out of here in a little bit. But it, I liked PlayStation All Stars. However, that is in the past, and it did have its struggles. I don't think that those struggles should be. PlayStation would be dumb to not recognize those struggles. However, I don't think that should be the main focus of a PlayStation All Stars today or another game that's titled different with a whole bunch of PlayStation IPs in it that's fighting each other. The mechanics now are so like you can do so many things now with these new systems. Most likely it's going to be a PS5, and I mean, granted, it's still going to be a PS4 game too, but most likely it'll be a PS5 game. You can do so much with this hardware now that if you build a game ground up for it, I think it could have legs, even if it looked like or resembled Smash. And I just Brawlhalla, even though it's free to play, Brawlhalla is doing great. And it's
Let me
fun.
let me ask a question for those who are familiar. Um, because I'm afraid that if it does look like Smash, it will still be called a Smash clone. What do you think if the game played or looked and played more like Power Stone? What would you think of that?
I never played Power Storm. I'm unaware of how it plays.
Buy it day one because I fucking love that game.
That's what I'm thinking. Power Stone is a lot like Smash, but it's 3D ish. The reason I say 3D ish because I know some people have played that Final Fantasy fighter, and to me it's trash because it's like a third person shooter slash fighter. The stage is static. You're not moving the camera, but it's at an angle, almost like a Metal Gear Solid One angle, a little bit. And you pretty much fight on stage. It's a lot like Smash. Weapons came out around the same time. Amazing stages, same thing, but three dimensional, pretty much. Check it out. Maybe talk about it another time. It's
I'm gonna
almost
check it out.
like
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
check it out
almost.
now. But besides that, even if they, well, yeah, they definitely got to come out with that a fighting game like that. But also too, I need another Paragon. Paragon must come back to PlayStation. It's already in development by 3 other teams. I know most people don't even know what that game is, but it was on PlayStation. It released day and date with PS4 and PC. It's not here no more. They can bring it back, especially since it's again 3 teams are developing 3 different platforms for it. They can easily bring it back. I actually agree with somebody saying that Bungie should probably do Killzone. I think that's right up their alley, and I didn't even think about that until now. And I believe Sony owns the IP, so they can put them on Killzone. I would like to see a surprise whatever from Bungie. It can be whatever it is. I really don't care. First person shooter, anything. I would like to be surprised at another game that Bungie puts out that they want to put out. I just want to see what they thinking about.
I
Honestly.
think it would be. I'm sorry.
No, you good? What's up?
I think it would be so disrespectful to Xbox fans to have Bungie make a Killzone game because it was supposed to be the Halo killer. I think that would be headline clickbait central if they made Killzone better than Halo Infinite. You know how funny that would be? That would be hilarious.
I would love it.
Bungie beating Bungie. Oh my god.
I would love it, and they can do it. I have faith in Bungie. I have never disliked a Bungie game, ever. I love all of them, and dang, what was the point I wanted to make with it? Oh, man, the reason why I say most, I, I think they should. I don't want to see all shooting games, especially FPS games, but I do think that they're going to, that Sony are going to develop more than one. They're going to put out more than one, and I think more than one is in conclusion with this 10 live service games, and I think they should because I don't want Sony to compete with any first person any shooters that that Microsoft have or the Call of Duties with just one shooter. I don't think that that's a good thing, and I don't think we should. At least I don't have expectations of it, and I don't think the gaming community should have expectations of one, FPS to like just to kill out Halo. Uh, my opinion, no. I think they should have at least 2 or 3 of them, and have all of them do. Hopefully, all of them do fine. They don't have to sell 5+ million copies. They don't have to have 50+ million, it's 1,000, whatever players on a concurrent. As long as it's successful and as long as they doing okay money wise, they can pay the people that need to pay, and it can be somewhat of a profit. Hopefully, a profit. That's what they're gonna need, but somewhat of a decent profit. I think that'd be fine.
Honestly, I think it comes down to. I mean, I'm pretty sure they will do fine as long as Sony continues to support it. And I think that's one of the issues that Sony has with some of their games, online games. They don't really support it as much. They support it for a while, and after a while, they just stop supporting it. And that's why, to me, that's why I think the PlayStation Vitas failed and stuff like that because they didn't really support it with great content. So as long as they support the games and continue to support the games and add new content and advertise it, I think they'll do all right.
Why do
Facts.
you have to bring up old wounds, bro? Why you gotta bring up the
I'm
PlayStation
just
Vita, bro?
saying, man. I like the Vita. You know what I'm saying? But they really
Damn, bro.
make games for it to keep people, to keep it alive. So
So what they really need is games that push their subscription service.
Facts.
They have very low subscription service numbers comparatively to how large the user base is, and they need things to push that.
I, I
You
don't
know,
I don't think their subscription service is bad. Like I don't think the numbers are bad though. I think they're pretty successful with the amount of subscribers they got.
well, I mean, I think she says in relation to how many consoles are out there and then how many people are actually subscribed to a subscription service.
Uh,
PlayStation Now, not PlayStation Now even. I'm talking about PlayStation Plus specifically. They need something to attract more people to subscribe to it. That's like the goal. Is like you have to have a reason for people to just continually drop money. So whatever these games do have to be, they have to be a reason for people to continue to subscribe or even bother to subscribe.
right now I do agree with
I
that.
was gonna say yes. Yes.
Yes, I do agree with that. As far as like the last like 2 or 3 I think it's like 3 games on my little live service list. or maybe 4. I don't know. I do want to see them do a single player live service game. I would really enjoy that. I really do think they need maybe take inspiration from Hitman. Um, maybe do a Batman Arkham type of live service game. As far as just supporting it, you know what I'm saying? Just support it for a longer time, maybe a year or two. It don't have to be live service for multiple years. It could just be something supported, so we can get content. And I do agree that I think they should have at least 2 creative games. Something maybe like a Fortnite type of game, not of course shooting wise, but building wise. Maybe another. I mean, they might need another type of dreams or something like that, or a little
Promote
different planet.
dreams. Promote dreams.
And they should. They should
Oh
bring it to
my goodness.
PC. Why is this?
Oh,
I saw I've been listening to the Weapon Wheel podcast, and somebody was on there that's on YouTube. Somebody was on there was saying that they should bring it to PC, and I didn't even realize it wasn't on PC. That's a perfect game to bring to PC. Perfect.
You know what? One thing I'm disappointed since we're on that subject in Sony is this is an easy way, sort of, to make something single player and live service at the same time, and satisfy both customers, people that just want it to be one project, and people who want to continue service. In Infamous 2, they had this after game content where they allowed players to create stages, create game modes, create obstacle courses, whatever on the map, kind of like Halo Forge, right? And they did it in Infamous 2, and they did it in no other game. And I'm saying, breaking the fourth wall or not, I would like that even in a game like God of War, where the community can take a bunch of preset assets and make more stages, build a bridge from the over that sea from one part of the land to the other, have enemies there or whatever, and all they have to do is drop as to keep it a game as a service, drop more assets. And you can make it silly now. It doesn't have to be in God of War lore anymore. You could put a freaking, I know it sounds blasphemous, a dirt bike in the game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And keep the game going that way. That way you can still make your new game, your next God of War, but you can keep the game having a whole bunch of value.
That seems so fire, bro. That sounds so fire. I would play the crap. I would never stop playing God of War, and I'm being dead honest.
I think that honestly, that sounds fantastic. I think so. I think part of the problem is they have to vocally push these things really heavy because I imagine there will be a lot of pushback. People who are just like, I don't like that thing, so it shouldn't exist.
Right.
Which is a very unfortunate vocal part of the gaming community where I don't like something, so no one should have it.
Like God of War Ascension.
Yeah.
Which was good.
On that subject, I mean, I think gaming fans they complain a little bit too much.
I
agree too.
There's some things I don't understand how it bothers you. Like, hate me all you want. What is the problem with NFT?
Oh no. I will complain to the heels and back with that. That shit.
I mean, NFTs ain't nothing different than digital currencies and shit that they trying to get out there anyway. What's the difference?
What's wrong? What's
I'm
wrong
not
with
gonna
that
buy
now? Like, what's wrong with DLC? What's wrong with in-game? What's wrong with microtransactions?
It might.
But we complained about
what I'm getting
microtransactions.
at, what I'm saying, and for kind of like what he's saying is, I don't really give a shit about NFTs personally. Me personally, the fact that they have them, as long as it doesn't keep me from accessing something or whatever, they can do whatever they want to do. Just like they have DLCs and all these other shit you can buy in games. I'm never buying it, so why do I care? Why do I need to get up in arms and boycott you over some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me? If I don't want it, I don't fucking buy it.
Me personally, I think it's going to affect the game, and this is the reason why. Most people want NFT, or at least I'm not even talking about the gaming industry, the gaming community, the ones that's vouching for it. They want NFTs because they want to bring over either a rare item that nobody else can have, or they want to put something in one game into the next. Like, Kratos X. Let's put it in. I don't know, Tomb Raider. Like,
You mean like an amiibo?
I don't think that from. I'm only heard one developer talk about this, so I can't say I've heard a lot. But from what that one developer said, it's damn near impossible. That's like what if that was possible? Why don't we have an Avengers game with one developer making Spider Man, one developer making Black Panther, one, and then just bring all of them into one game and they play the same? Those NFTs right there. But it's hard. It's hard. I feel like it's hard for these developers to try to do that. Damn near impossible. And I just don't want them to spend time on that.
That part I get. That part I get. Yeah, I'm very sensitive when it comes to what developers, type of work developers are doing. Like some people don't understand. Like I know this is another topic. It opens more topics, but people think porting a game is easy or developing on multiple consoles is easy. I have a quote from a developer. That thing is not easy to put it, and it affects your game. If you're putting a game on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, Nintendo, that you're making each console or each platform you put it on, you make it more likely to be a buggy game or a messed up game. So when you talk about time and time management and doing stuff that's unnecessary, that I get. That part I definitely get.
And Silky, I don't know if you want to say something. Go ahead and then Puka right after that.
Yeah, no, I just want to say I said it before in a different space. I think if NFTs can be earned, that's a way for the developer to make money as well because it's going to increase engagement. Say, for example, if you're playing Sifu, right? You guys are fans of Sifu. If you beat it under age 32, right, and you unlock an achieve like a trophy called Like Water, which is reference to Bruce Lee, and as a result, you get the Bruce Lee yellow like his yellow jumpsuit that he likes to wear, well that he wore, like that to me would be dope. And then if you could cross that over, like maybe have it on like your character, whatever it may be, but the NFT allows you to turn around and sell that if you wanted to. I think that would be great.
How
I kind
would
of like it.
just
I kind of like it.
how would that help the developers though? Wouldn't that help
Because
us?
it's going to increase engagement. When you increase engagement, people are more likely to spend money. It's also going to bring like sorry, my game just like I'm playing Apex. But like say for example, right? You buy the game, you download the game, you're playing the game. At some point, you're going to want to quit the game. Most people stay in the game to platinum it, to get trophies on it, whatever it may be. So if you have a reward at the end of that, something you can turn around and sell, or something you can even wear and just like in game, especially a games as a service game, then it's like you're bragging right. When you see someone with it, you know what they did without ever speaking to them.
Okay, so I can understand it, right? Especially to increase engagement. However, this is another question I have for you. Would it be so different? Like, why does it necessarily have to be an NFT that we spend? Can we spend just in-game currency and have that be a microtransaction to do the same thing with?
Yeah, but
Like,
you can't sell in-game currency. So say for example, you're good at a game, right? You say, "Hey, I beat this game, whatever it may be. I platinum it. I got this ultimate NFT." You could turn around and sell that to someone that can't beat it, but still wants uh, that NFT. And what that does is with NFTs, whoever's like, no matter who sells it, the original creator of it gets a cut of that. So whoever it may be that makes NFT, no matter how many times it's sold, they're going to continue to profit from it.
Imagine this, if you will, and just to be clear, I'm not for NFTs or really against it. But
Yes.
imagine an open world. You can find one of a kind items in the open world, so it's almost like a multiplayer, but it's not a multiplayer, right? And if you find it, you discover it, that is yours, right? Now you can wear it or whatever, or you can sell it to somebody else, right? And what that the engagement you're talking about, it also increases the exploration.
Yes.
Kind of like trophy hunting, it increases the exploration in major games or big games or whatever,
Oh, okay. I'm probably will come more around over it. I would have to think about that, but y'all convincing me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Like
I can see
imagine
that.
that in No Man's Sky, bro. A planet you know you're never gonna see that planet. Only he did. He found something, or maybe he unlocks the planet for you, or whatever. That is another level of like me. I thought I would never buy clothing for an avatar in a multiplayer game, and now I'm over here buying freaking Starlight, a fake comic, Starlight.
Okay,
You
okay.
know,
All right. So, Puka, real quick, I want to go to Puka. He ain't speak in a minute. What's your thoughts, man? You want to say something? Hey, Puka, you there, man? I know it's a big day. I know it's a big day. I'm sorry.
I said it all for Puka. I think I'm talking.
Hey, Puka, one more time. Then I'm gonna say something, and we come back to. Oh wait, hold on. I think he dipped out. Okay. We're gonna try to get Puka back up here, but really quick, I want to get to one more thing. Um, this is gonna be kind of crazy. I would love for Spider-Man to be a live service game, Spider-Man 2, and this is why. I would love it to have a because I believe we're gonna. I think everybody kind of know it's not confirmed or anything, but everybody kind of know we're going to be able to switch between Miles and Peter, in the game. They may add multiplayer as far as co-op to where two people can play in the same world. Who knows? That's a stretch. However, if that does happen, I would love to see an even further development on that into a four-player like dungeon danger room type of mode, like kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, where you have two Spider-Man Miles, and then whoever we let's be real, it's gonna be more Marvel characters than just Spider-Man. We know this for I think we all know this for a fact. It's gonna be more than just two. It's gonna be somebody that pops up. Maybe you can have maybe like a Blade and a Black Panther. I just chose two black people. Maybe like a Wolverine and or even some villains. Maybe like a Green Goblin and a Venom. You know what I'm saying? Let's have like a four-player dungeon co-op expansion that can even come after the game. It's kind of like Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like that can work perfectly for Spider-Man, especially since we already had the underground levels and the warehouse levels in the first and Miles Morales. We already had those levels already, so I mean it's kind of more of the same, but just adding online aspects to it. But that's just me. I
Are
know
you
it's a lot.
saying like something sort of along the lines of like a four player co-op RPG kind of game where you have Miles, Spider-Man, Gwen, and then like freaking Venom kind of.
Um, yeah. I mean, I guess you can call it RPG because that's essentially what Let Ghost Legends is, right? A co-op RPG.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a co-op. What's the name? But I can see something along the lines of kind of like similar to what do you call it? What's that game called? Like X-Men Legends or something.
Right.
Where it's like you can do that online. It's like a multiplayer type of game, and they continuously add content and new story content, which you can do a co-op in. I could see something like that if they decided to do that.
Yeah.
No,
Here's what
I would like to see that, but just remember, Fred, they've already kind of said that that game was not going to be multiplayer. It was not going to be any co-op.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure.
did say that,
I'm
right?
thinking. I'm thinking not for this Spider-Man, but maybe if they did another one after, you know, this current Spider-Man, and they introduced more Spider-Men from different universes and do something with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be dope.
To me, that's a
that's
must.
Like a
That's
exactly
got
game based on Into the Spider-Verse type thing.
that's
yeah.
exactly what I was about to say.
And if
I was
well,
just about to say that.
if they have a third one, that's a must. Ain't no way in the world we gonna have a Spider-Man 3 and y'all not give us co-op multiplayer. Like, no, that I'm not accepting that. Actually, like, no, and by 3 that needs to happen. Oh,
But
I'm
you
not
gonna
keeping it
buy and play it regardless.
shit, probably not day one. I'll wait for a sale. And
You
I'm
say
being
that
totally
now.
honest. Spider-Man is my favorite. I've been itching before Marvel Spider-Man came out. I was itching for a Spider-Man game to come, even before it was announced. Bro, I was literally like a drug addict. I needed a fix. And if they come out with a 3 and not do that, I will go back to the first. I can play Miles Morales all day. I don't
Well,
need that.
no. I understand. All I'm getting at is I was saying that to make the point where majority people they still gonna buy it. Whatever. What I'm getting is from a money standpoint from PlayStation. I understand that's how you feel, and that's good and all. And I kind of feel the same way where I would like that. But if they can still continue to do what they doing and still people buy it and make the money, they not going to change shit up.
Well, well, I won't think that changed it up, but I agree that people still buy it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I
Yeah.
was actually thinking about, like, we were having a conversation about this the other day on another space, about having the multiverse Spider-Man. This is the reason I don't want Spider-Man 2 to be a games as a service, but I want a Spider-Man games as a service for Sony, because I want it, and I want the art design to be more like Into the Spider-Verse itself, right? And I want those characters and to be four players or more, because they said, I think in the next Into the Spider-Verse they're gonna have the Japanese Spider-Man in it, right? And I didn't know who that was. So I was like, I heard of the Japanese Spider-Man, and I heard like a meme about it. But this is what I like: is each Spider-Man is different. The Japanese Spider-Man carries around guns and drives in a Spider-Mobile. That's hilarious, right? You got the girl in the mech. You got Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen. You got Noir Spider-Man. You got Spider-Pig. You got Miles. You got a bunch of different play styles, right? It'll be kind of like a modern Streets of Rage, and you keep updating the game because it's a Spider Verse, so you can travel through different dimensions and bring totally different looking cities with flying cars that you can web swing off of and all type of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that would kill the game if they did that. You know what I mean?
That would be bonkers. I wouldn't even think about something like that. That would be bonkers. But yeah. Anybody got any final thoughts? That's all I want to say. We're gonna get some final thoughts out here, guys, and we're gonna close it up. I know I've said this last hour, but yeah, I'm getting tired now. But yeah, what's up, y'all? I enjoyed this conversation. What else y'all got for us?
Just a great topic. Great topic.
All right. And nobody got anything? Yeah, we're gonna close this out. Thank you guys for joining. It definitely was a great conversation. I really enjoyed my time with y'all. Just letting you guys know, we are here. The Gameplay Club will be here every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central. Every single Sunday, we will be here, have these gaming talks about the latest gaming news. We're also on Clubhouse, where we started Monday and Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. So I'm just gonna keep that Central. I ain't gonna even try to convert. But yeah. Follow us here, follow us there. Come back next time, guys. It was great talking to you guys.
Thanks for hosting.
Woo!
Thanks for hosting a great space, man. I shout everyone to follow. You guys have a good Sunday. Go Bengals.
Hey, turn up. Thank you. All right. See you guys.
All right, you guys. Thanks.